No. What?
Yeah.
Welcome on into the First Round Fantasy Podcast. It is the day we've all been waiting for. It is the NFL Draft 2021. Kings of Leon currently on the telly playing that sweet, sweet intro music as we go to draft. Undecidingly, I guess we all know who that first pick will be. Gentlemen, how we doing? It's draft day. It's the kickoff of the new year, fellas.
Feeling good, feeling ready. I want to see some big trades.
Look at that. Breaking right before the start of the draft, Aaron Rodgers shows a little bit of uncomfortability in Green Bay. Says he wants out, apparently. Guys, your hot takes. We're going to do this really quick, rapid fire. Any team in the NFL who can trade for him on draft night, if something like that of a blockbuster happens. Joe, who you got? Where's he going? Aaron Rodgers is playing for? Joe, you're muted. Jacob, we're going to you first.
The Green Bay Packers.
He's staying with Green Bay. Hey, I like it too.
Nope.
Not too much of a hot take. Justin, what's yours, dude?
The obvious choice, the Niners, baby. He's been there. He wants to play for his home state, and he's been trying to get there in my eyes for a long time, and he's forcing it. I like to see it.
Joe, no love for the Raiders, also in California, who is also linked to possibly be traded to tonight.
Well, they're in Nevada, actually.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I still get it on the tip of my tongue.
Dude, now I'm telling you, all these players want to go to the Raiders because they're in Vegas now. Like, they would never go,
Joe, I noticed you changed your little handle there at the bottom with parentheses Trey Lance. You want to put some emphasis on that?
Listen, guys, the Niners even coming out tonight with Aaron Rodgers or Trey Lance.
Bold move, bold move.
So I'm going to hitch my wagon to Trey Lance just because that's who I've wanted. That's who I do want. I was a little suspect on field. But either way, I still think we're going to make a move for Rodgers. I've been saying this for a year. I thought it was actually going to be next year. But Aaron Rodgers is forcing their hand today.
You did say that over a year ago. It's on podcast. You said it.
Yeah, I said I thought it was going to be next year. He was going to only have 2 years left on his contract. There was a potential out there for Green Bay to not have all this dead cap. We'll see.
This just in. The Denver Broncos are front runners of obtaining Aaron Rodgers sometime tonight. Any thoughts? Justin,
no
right
way.
to you.
Where do you see that, Dave?
I don't know. I don't see it, but I'll take your word for it.
Dave's just making shit up.
If the Broncos do get him, anywhere that he goes, they become contenders and favorites in their division, most likely. So I love the Broncos prospects, but I don't think he's going to force his way there. I'll tell you that.
Well, we can only hope, right? Well, actually, no, none of us wanted to go to Denver.
If you're watching live right now and you have kids around, we got one viewer, whoever that is. This is a hard PG-13 podcast today, all right? Hard PG-13.
Hard PG-13.
All I'm going to say is if I traded Jerry Jeudy for the number 10 pick or whatever the heck I got for him.
Oh, and then Rodgers goes there?
Oh, my God.
Bro, I was thinking about that. You drafted Jerry Jeudy. Okay, whatever. Jerry Jeudy went at number 11 last year in our draft. You ended up with him. And then you trade him and Carson Wentz for the number 8 pick this year. Like, that's crazy. But I guess you could say Jeudy didn't live up to the potential of the 11th pick overall just last year.
I mean, as far as rookies go, I think he did okay. I mean, obviously there was some crazy rookies last year like Justin Jefferson and others that kind of put a damper on his outlook. But I still think he was okay for having what quarterback did he? Drew Lock?
Drew Lock was injured, and then they had all these crazy people. Like, they had a wide receiver from the practice squad play quarterback. But dude, what's his name? Zach Wilson looks like a baby. Oh my goodness. He straight up looks like he's 15. Like, that's crazy.
He's looked like that. I've seen him in those pictures on the sideline, like the one with the headband, the like famous photo that goes around.
Oh yeah.
He looks like he's a high school quarterback. You're like, what the hell?
That's why Gabe likes him so much.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Moving on. Let's talk hot takes, fellas. I mean, we've seen mocks and mocks. We've done our own sort of estimated, or I should say, educated guesses here about where players will go up until today, when we are finally going to know where they will be going for sure. But what's one big surprise of the night? Can we expect something out of the ordinary, unexpected to happen on draft night? Do you have a big surprise? What is it? What is it? Justin, I see you nodding your head.
I'm calling that the Patriots are going to make a surprise splash to move forward and grab someone that they need. I don't think they have the answer for quarterback, and there's some good QBs here. So I think that's what's going to happen out of the Bill Belichick unordinary move.
Hey, that's not a bad guess. A lot of people speculate that Mac Jones might fall to them at the number 12 or 15 pick. I forget which one they have. But all the more likely for them to trade up and maybe a better suited candidate. Joe, you got one?
Yeah. I'm going to go way outside the box, something that nobody's been talking about. And I think that Matt Ryan might get traded, guys. If the right quarterback falls to Atlanta, and we don't know who that might be, but if they love somebody there, I could see Matt Ryan getting moved. Let's say Aaron Rodgers doesn't go to the Broncos, Jacob, or Gabe. Then all of a sudden the Broncos still need a quarterback. Teddy Bridgewater is not the answer. Come on now. So what happens if they put together a good package for Matt Ryan? And now all of a sudden Atlanta is staring at their quarterback of the future, maybe Justin Fields, I'm hearing. And then what? They get something for Julio and get another pick for Matt Ryan, maybe that Denver Broncos number 8 or 9, wherever they're sitting at. So Atlanta could wind up getting like 3 or 4 first-round picks, because I'm also hearing Baltimore wants Julio, and they're talking number 27 for him, right? So look out for Atlanta.
You know, when you got a piece like Julio on the move, anything can happen. Jacob, what about you?
You know, almost everything that could happen has been predicted, but so I like Joe's because I haven't heard that, and I've thought about that, but the money is so difficult to trade Matt Ryan. It makes it so difficult. But I mean, they can make it work. But I will say, I think somebody is gonna, one of the wide receivers, the second, I guess Jamar Chase is in a tier of his own, right? So everybody else that's projected to go in the first round or this, you know, is either in the second tier or third tier. I think one of these second tier guys are going to go way higher than we think, like 6 or 7. Like either Waddle or Smith are going to go, you know, higher than we think.
Yeah,
that's fair to assume, Jacob. It's not a bad one. Also, to touch on what you said before, Matt Ryan, he's owed $40 million next year. So a lot of people are saying, as though, although it might be tempting to draft a quarterback, why are you going to have him sit behind someone who is likely going to stay there next year? Because who's going to be willing to take on that kind of money? I
did change my mind heavily on something.
Let's hear it.
Recently. So even a couple days ago, Gabe, you were tweeting about the Bengals. Like, would they not take offensive linemen and take out offensive weapon like a Jamar Chase or Kyle Pitts, whatever? And I said no, and I really believed that until like 2 days ago. I think there's a very strong chance they take Jamar Chase because he's Joe Burrow's dude from LSU. Yep. Joe Burrow supposedly is egging them on to take him, and I'm like, that is such a hard dilemma, because what's better, an amazing what 3 better receivers? Who has 3 better receivers than that? Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd. They'd be up there. But then don't you want to protect Joe Burrow, though? So it's like, I think there's a very strong chance Jamar Chase goes to the Bengals. And I'll tell you what, I have the 101 in one of our dynasty leagues. I might consider Chase at number 1 if that happens.
Whoa!
That's all I'm saying.
I don't know why you'd want that. That's
well. Here's the thing.
I know he throws 60 times, but you can't. Those are 3 great wide receivers.
I think Chase will become the number 1 there if he goes. So here's my situation. I was looking at my team. I just traded Stephon Diggs away and did not get a wide receiver back. So Kenny Golladay arguably is my best wide receiver. That's the part of my team that I need to elevate the most. So I'm like, okay, I have Mark Andrews. I could take Kyle Pitts and trade Mark Andrews, whatever. Obviously, I can take a quarterback. Maybe Jimmy gets traded to Denver or whatever, or New England, and now I have another starting quarterback on. So then I'm like, I don't really need a running back. I don't really need a wide receiver. I don't really need a tight end, or I don't really need a quarterback or a tight end. So I think it makes sense. And I've seen Chase skyrocket on fantasy lists. Like a lot of people have him ranked number 1 or 2 on their going into dynasty league rookie drafts, which is crazy.
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but he's ranked way higher than any of the guys from last year. CeeDee Lamb, Jerry.
Oh yeah, well nobody was considered to go in the top 5 picks. And look, this scares me because look at like a Corey Davis, right, or a Mike Williams, and I hear analysts saying like, oh, Jamar Chase is a can't miss prospect. They're probably saying the same thing about Corey Davis and Mike Williams, right? Yeah. And look at them.
This just in. A
Okay.
deal to landing Aaron Rodgers is just as close to getting done as it can be. Aaron Rodgers to the Denver Broncos. Is it sounding more and more realistic? By the way, that takes me to another segment. We can't help
Where
but
are you
forget.
hearing this?
He's just making it up. No,
You guys will see it all soon enough. And let's not forget to pay tribute to the people we have here so far. I am sure we're going to get people that trickle in throughout the night, but let's make sure we get to some of those comments. Jake Berlin, we should have checked that box. Nice going, Jacob. Gio, obviously, another Niners fan in the house. Looks like we have this. Papa Smurf 918, Rodgers to the 49ers. Don't worry, Eric. A few other people believe in you as well. They want to see Aaron Rodgers land in San Francisco too. But Jake Berlin also just – let's see here. A deal for the Broncos to land Aaron Rodgers is as close to done as it can get.
Damn, Jake's an NFL insider? I didn't know.
Thank you so much.
I just want to know where you guys are hearing this.
Bro, they have like a secret society social media account or something. I don't know what's going on.
You know, us wannabe Adam Scheffners of the world, we really try to just get out there and do stuff. It's just how we work, man.
I mean, listen, the reason that I don't get it, because if the Niners are offering number 3 and Jimmy for Rodgers, and reportedly more picks than that, so maybe another second or third,
maybe even players.
What are the Broncos offering that's beating that? Like, I don't get it. Number 9 and Jerry Jeudy plus another first or what? Because how do you beat that offer that this is close to being done? And
so
why
they're going to get what pick do they have? Number 9, right?
Yeah.
They're going to get that. They're probably going to get Locke. They're probably going to get Locke back too.
Yeah,
but
whatever. Is this real or is
and
this
probably like 3 first-round picks, a second-round pick, and Locke. You know, something like that.
It's got to be something crazy because I don't know. I personally
Aaron Rodgers in the AFC in the same division as Mahomes. He doesn't. Yeah. Why would he want? I mean, they have amazing weapons. Not gonna lie, but I would not want to go to that division.
I mean, I think he sees what happened to Peyton Manning, right? And Peyton Manning goes to Denver, right? And Denver gets Peyton, and then all of a sudden they put this crazy offense. Elway puts this crazy offense around him, right? Thomas and who else was there? Emmanuel Sanders and all those guys, and they go on to win a Super Bowl.
On, he's getting booed.
Oh, he gets booed every time.
It's the annual thing.
Hey, try your guys' best not to let the audio play because our video can get taken down for that.
Can you hear mine?
I heard somebody's.
What I'm most curious about is the delay here. I don't want to be sitting here and have Justin with a smiley face 3 seconds before me.
If anything, we're going to be more delayed than you.
We're watching the same
thing. because you guys are.
Yeah. We're going to be more delayed than you, if anything. So
I don't care. To be honest, this draft has awesome QBs, but the running backs make me the happiest for a fantasy point. You know what I mean? There's some good running backs out here. And we need them.
Just
we need them.
On his car insurance by switching to Geico. Thank you, Upstart.
Here, Justin, this is for you.
Oh yeah. Gio knows what's up.
Coming from a guy who's been trying to dump to James. Okay.
I really wish Gio was still in the league, but he's not, so I'll have to do his X team right. You know what I mean?
Justin's QB situation just cleared up a lot.
Why? What changed?
I'm saying if Aaron Rodgers gets traded and there's no starting quarterback that goes in, in a dynasty situation, Jordan Love is a pretty attractive piece,
that's right. I didn't even think about that.
Aaron Jones, Devonta Adams, like, can you ask for a much better situation for technically rookie quarterback who's never played a snap? Right. So
And they're going to draft a wide receiver too. They have to. I hope so.
So, guys, let's change pace here a little bit. It's undoubtedly that Trevor Lawrence goes number 1 overall. If you had to put him in a ranking today, based on the top 30 quarterbacks in the NFL at the starting position, at the end of a fantasy year, where does Trevor Lawrence finish in year 1, given the weapons that he has? You know, you got
Was the pick already announced?
No, but I mean, it can only be one can only assume, right?
But Goodell brought the chair from his house.
Like, it's going to depend a lot on what else they do, right? Shark and LaVisca are nice, but do they go out and get another wide receiver in the second round? Do they trade up to the end of the first to grab another wide receiver? I don't know. I think that right now he's sitting somewhere around that 15 to 20 range.
Yeah, I'd say he's probably right around 20, 21, given the weapons that he has. Who are you most nervous about? Because it didn't look like anybody else was interested in that question. Your fantasy preference, your fantasy players, who are you most nervous about tonight with their fantasy stock on the line? Is there a player that you have that you're just like, please don't draft them, because you currently have that position or that player on your team that might be affected by the pick?
I mean, it's hard. I'm a Viking fan, and we have a lot of needs. I don't think we need help on the offensive side of the ball, so I hope they go corner or linebacker, maybe offensive line because we lost a few, but I don't need any weapons, basically. I don't think they draft well.
Yeah, the Vikings were one of the most fantasy relevant season teams last year. I mean, Cousins, Cook, what is that? Justin Jefferson
Thielen.
and Thielen. They were
Well,
all
I'll say,
fantasy relevant.
Gabe, something that you can relate to. I'm hoping that the Washington football team does not draft another running back.
Yeah, I've heard.
And it's been rumored too. And I'm like, that because I did a mock draft yesterday on Yahoo, and it didn't have the rookies, so just take this with a grain of salt. But Anthony Gibson went 13th overall in a redraft mock draft. So
Antonio Gibson?
yeah, and what did I say?
Anthony?
Oh, Antonio Gibson. So he's going to go in the second round in redrafts. If they draft a running back like that, for me, it plummets him down to like the 5th round.
I would be hard pressed if they draft a running back. I don't see it happening.
So I found your guys' source. Mark Schlereth is saying, I'm hearing Aaron Rodgers to the Broncos is close to a done deal. Still could fall through, but fingers crossed. Well,
I mean, if he goes there, Melvin's stock goes up, Judy's stock goes up, Patrick's stock
Everyone's
goes up.
stock goes up, man.
Like, they go up a tier. All those players go
Damn,
up.
you should have held on to Judy, bro.
Dude. You guys know where Mark Schlereth played from 1995 to 2000? The Denver Broncos. He doesn't have us. If Adam Schefter's not tweeting it, bro, there's no source on
Stop
this.
reading in between the lines. We don't know.
No, there's. Listen, I heard 2 weeks ago that Justin Fields was the undoubted pick at number 3 because of Kyle Shanahan's smile. Then it was Mac Jones, and now it's Trey Lance. These guys don't know what's going on if it's not coming from Schefter or, at the worst, Ian Rappaport.
Yeah, true. I can believe it.
Bro,
Let's
it
see here,
sucks
guys.
because it's to the point you can't believe anybody anymore.
No.
Like, not even those two guys you can't believe because everybody's telling fibs, and it's just like one guy says he knows somebody in the organization, but so does this other guy, and they're conflicting reports. It doesn't make sense. So
Hey, let me ask you. I'm looking at a mock draft, and they're listing players as edge. Are they referring to defensive end or linebacker in a 3-4?
No. And could be both, right? It's the edge rusher.
Well, they have linebacker listed as a separate thing, so it's new to me. I don't know.
But edge is typically that defensive end. They're just somebody, a Bosa, somebody that's coming off the edge.
6 minutes
When do they
until
have-
the pick on 6:40.
Oh shoot! I gotta throw a shout out to somebody who watches our Apocalypse stuff regularly. Star Drew, hey, what's
Star
up?
Drew.
Thank you for joining us.
He was
Appreciate
on the
it.
podcast that me and Gio were on the other night.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Well, then, so nice to have you here, starter. Hey, really quick, why has it ever been like 10 minutes for a pick? I thought it was always a 5 minute.
I hope it's not 9 minutes between each pick.
Yeah, dude. Like, what the heck is this?
I
thought
think-
it was always 5
the
minutes.
I
first round
think
is
it's
a long
leading up
time.
to number 1. Yeah.
Well, speaking of, we're going to be here as long as we can tonight. Get through the first round, maybe even into the second. It should be a fun time. Trickle in. If you got to go eat dinner, hey, eat it right here. Stay with us. We're going to be here the whole night covering all the exciting stuff, all the fantasy implications, and the initial coverage of what we think these players are going to do for fantasy on the teams that they fall to. And obviously talk about it's just – oh, got it. Sounds good.
Here's what I'm saying. We all know Trevor Lawrence is going first, but the second pick is going to be another QB going to the Jets. What kind of weapons did the Jets have after free agency, and what's the relevance going to be at that situation all around? Zach Wilson's going to go second, right? So who's he throwing to? Who's running the ball over there?
I mean, he has Corey Davis and Denzel
Good signing.
Mims. I like Davis and Mims. I don't think they necessarily need a wide receiver. They have Crowder.
I mean, that's a nice three-way wide receiver. They all hit the longs, the
if
shorts,
anything,
hit them all.
they need a pass catching tight end, which I could see them taking like a Pat Fryermuth in the second round, but not today. Maybe, I mean, with their later picks, but probably not. The biggest thing is running back. I think they're going to take a running back in the first round. I think
Who's that? The Steelers?
No, the
the
Jets.
Jets.
They have the
First
23rd
round?
pick as well. So, I mean,
So they have 2 first round picks.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
interesting.
what running backs fall to them, right?
So the thing
All of
is,
them.
most of the running backs are supposed to go in the second round. Even
but I'm-
Najee Harris,
I shouldn't say fall.
So-
I said who are they going to reach for? in
Travis
that sense?
Etienne, I think.
That's a
And
that's
at
a reach. No?
23, I don't know. I listen.
Yeah.
Why not trade down for a couple picks and get some more?
Well,
young
the
ones
only
there?
thing that I've heard is Najee Harris to the Steelers, right? So at number 24. So if the Jets are sold on Travis,
Maybe
then why
they
not
take
wait?
Najee Harris, and then the Steelers. I mean, Najee feels like more like what the Steelers want. Just another big guy who can just run it down people's throats. But I don't know.
Dude,
Is
I-
Etienne or Harris the consensus number one?
there is none. It's not a consensus. I don't
There
think.
really isn't. Like it was
Yeah.
Harris at first, but then everybody has all of them all over the place. Like
Jamar Chase.
some people are saying
standing alone.
Javonte Williams will be the first running back off the board now.
Well, one thing, Jacob, that you were talking about was Chase to the Bengals. You know what bothers me? Like, we saw this last year with CeeDee Lamb to the Cowboys, right? And we were all like, man, they already have Amari Cooper. They already have Zeke. They already have
Mhm.
Gallup. It's like, why don't NFL teams ever, get value out of an extra guy? Like, why not just trade Boyd? If you're set on drafting Chase, why not get what you can out of Boyd, right? Because we all know what's going to happen. Eventually, he's going to leave in free agency, whether that's a year from now or whenever it is. So why not just get value out of him? You could probably get a second rounder for him. No, I think
Well,
you prove it
I
out.
think I don't know. I used to think like that. Oh, they only need 2 dynamic wide receivers, but I think now teams are thinking like, screw it, let's just load up like the Bucks.
Yeah.
I
But-
think there's because then who's their third option? Auden Tate. I mean,
Yeah, but I feel like it's so easy. Like, okay, maybe I don't know.
it's so crazy that we have maybe 8 teams that are just loaded at wide receiver, right? And then there's 3 or 4 teams that have no one.
Yeah.
And it's I wish the wealth was spread around a little bit. I wish Tyler Boyd, I don't really wish this for his sake, but just if Tyler Boyd was on the Lions, right? He would probably be their number one. He would be their number 1 target,
Oh, absolutely.
I don't. There's too many heavy wide receiver sets. You're right.
Yeah, but then like Jacob said, and then you have a guy like Aaron Rodgers who's amazing, who could probably feed 3 quarterbacks or wide
Oh
receivers.
my goodness. Yeah.
and he only
that's
has
the thing.
Devontae.
Yeah, that
Right.
was the most. I think that was the straw for Rodgers when they didn't do. I mean, they have a great offense, but they were missing that extra help, and you need that to win a Super Bowl. You really do. So, them not pushing for any of the wide receivers, I think that was it.
Is it
But-
me or Trevor Lawrence looks like a freaking Greek god? Like this was
He
naked,
does,
like
man.
he
Yeah,
wanted.
he looks like nothing I've ever seen, to be honest. But we
It's
have
like
a
Thor.
we have a few things on the line here. If Gabe remembers, Gabe, you said if the Jaguars don't select Trevor Lawrence, that he will go streaking through the neighborhood. So that is still
You heard it
on the
here
line.
first, folks. Still on the line. I'll
It's
do
still
it.
on the line, but
He's
not
getting
on
selected. Come
but
on.
not on the video. And then I
You think I would
said
have done that anywhere else?
I said if the Niners do draft Justin Fields, that I will buy a Justin Fields jersey right away. Which something I don't do that. Like I don't buy the rookie player that we draft.
That's
Come
a
on,
win
man.
though
What if
for you,
Mac
Jacob.
Jones
No, I know,
lands in
but
San Francisco?
I'm probably not gonna buy a Justin Fields jersey. Like
Yeah.
maybe later, you know. But I was telling Gabe that's like a Chargers fan wearing a Herbert jersey in the
Pick is in,
preseason before
fellas.
he
Pick
plays.
is
You know what I
in.
mean? Like
Yeah.
it's like, and jerseys
Well-
aren't cheap, bro.
Well, if the Niners draft Mac Jones, I'll go shirtless on the next podcast and drink some beers.
No, we don't want to see
You
that.
heard me here first. Oh, hey, you know what? Really quick. Actually, you know what? We got some time. I'll wait for it because, Joe, I'm coming back to you. Guys, the pick is in. We're probably going to hear
Zach
Trevor
Wilson.
Lawrence's name.
Oh, can you imagine if it was Justin Fields?
Oh,
Can you
my
imagine?
God.
That throw, like,
Dude, the pandemonium.
Oh, but
I
then the
have-
streets. Oh, Trevor Lawrence would be pissed because he
No,
doesn't
but-
want to go to the Jets.
then what happened? Do the Jets take him, or do they take Zach Wilson, who they've already been
Yeah.
locked into?
Now we're dreaming.
Doesn't
Hey, there are murmurs
Here it
that
comes.
New York could
Can
get.
we give?
Here it comes.
Would you trade Bosa
That's
at number
good.
3 for number 1?
No.
Oh no.
I mean, listen, if you get Trevor Lawrence, you're good forever. Trevor Lawrence is the pick, as expected.
I read he never lost a single game in high school or college.
Greek
That's
God
freaking
never
nuts.
ages.
All right.
All right, here we
The
go.
man from Clemson himself.
The only one that we really know.
Right?
I mean, no, I thought number 2 was already set in
Hey,
stone as
don't
well.
be shocked if the Jets
Hey.
don't take Zach Wilson. That's all I'm
Fields,
saying.
Fields
Yeah.
could go to New York. Yeah, that's not
I mean,
entirely
listen,
out of the realm of
my-
possibility.
It was one of my theories coming in was that the Niners loved Zach Wilson. They were at his pro day the day that they made the trade, right? And Saleh and Shanahan are buddies, right? So is it that crazy that maybe the Jets have just been smoke screening everything? And I heard the NFL said, "Hey, we don't want you guys to release the pick, right? We want you guys to wait up until the last minute because we want the suspense." Now, what if the Jets have been curveballing everybody this whole time? They go Justin Fields, Niners go Zach Wilson. It was never a debate.
Well, the thing is, ever since the season ended, it was like nobody ever questioned it. It was like always Zach Wilson to number 2, and I'm like, wait, why? Before this college season, Justin Fields was always number 2 behind Trevor
Yeah.
Lawrence. Like, and so this, I would not be shocked. Like, I wouldn't be completely shocked if it's not Zach Wilson.
I read
Well-
somewhere that Justin Fields was the 3rd highest ranked quarterback prospect of all time. Of all time. He's number 2 in this draft behind Trevor Lawrence, but he's the 3rd ranked of all time.
Who were the top 3? Who was the other
According
guy?
to who?
Andrew
though?
Luck or something? Peyton Manning?
Top ranked QB prospect.
Well, hey,
ever.
while Joe looks that up, as expected, everyone's heard by now. Trevor Lawrence, Jacksonville Jaguar, first pick off the board. That means the New York Jets are on the board. This is what we were just talking about, fellas. I don't think it's set in stone that they pick Zach Wilson, just
I
like
don't
Justin
either.
mentioned, just like Jacob mentioned. I'm sure, Joe, you might agree.
the pick is in?
pick is in already.
No, it's not in.
no,
The
no.
Jets
Um,
Jets 5-2,
His face,
5-35
We do
left.
have a known friend and guest that will be joining us if he's ready.
Let's go.
We're loading up on Niner fans here. We
Guys, believe it
have
or not,
Gio Ramos.
Oh,
Hey.
the man himself.
From
believe it or
the
not,
God.
Gio is our executive producer. He's all things fantasy football. We get our content from him, and then he tells us just to go out and say it. So
Gio, can I just say real quick that Justice League photo, dude, that's behind you on your left side, dude, that is badass.
Yeah, that's
I
sick.
saw
What
the
is-
Snapchat you sent me earlier. I was like, dude,
Oh,
the
yeah,
colors
dude.
are popping, man.
What is
didn't you
Snyder's
actually
League?
unbox that? Did you do an unboxing of that?
Yeah, and I have
I think
two.
I saw it. Yeah. Maybe it was the other one, but that does look nice, man.
Yeah,
Oh, Okay. So this came out in 2019. Okay, and I guess this is based off high school prospects going into college. Number 1, Vince Young. Number 2, Trevor Lawrence. Number 3, Justin Fields.
Vince Young
Was the number 1 rated prospect ever coming out of high school. I don't know.
Oh, so
That's-
this is coming out of high school.
they busted
That's
on
what I'm
that.
reading.
Poor Vince Young, man. Fucking
I
Jeff.
mean, I heard it on a podcast today, and I was like, wow. Because they were, or maybe it was Colin Coward said it. He said, oh, in any other year, Justin Fields would be the number 1 pick.
Who would?
Justin Fields. Any other year, he would be the number 1 pick.
Well,
Guys, my sources say Zach Wilson is the number 2 pick. We'll wait for it to be crystal clear, but it's looking likely. I'm just saying, guys. I can't make this up.
Or can you?
oh, Joe, I was gonna say, I listened to Cowherd, and he was saying that like most years, like any other than Mac Jones, any of those 4 could have been a number 1 pick.
Yep.
In any light year of quarterbacks, you know.
Yep. I heard that too. And
It's
then I think
crazy
on the
that we
same
have
podcast-
4 of them.
Yeah. Well, and then it's crazy that the Niners might take the one that's maybe not even a first round pick, but we'll see. Gio, how you feeling? Who do you think
how you feeling, Gio?
Who do you think our selection is going to be, man?
I'll tell you this, okay? So Kyle Shanahan's been to the big game twice in the last 4 years?
4 years?
He couldn't get it done either year with a pocket passer. So I think that he goes a quarterback that's a little more mobile. At least my opinion. It's
Trey
like he couldn't get
Lance,
it done
Justin
twice.
Fields.
Say what?
Trey Lance, Justin Fields.
If Justin Fields is still there, I want Justin Fields. But if the Jets take him at number 2, which very well could happen, then I'd go Trey Lance.
Over Zach Wilson. If Trey Lance and Zach Wilson are sitting
That's
there
an
at 3, you're going
interesting
Trey Lance.
question to me. I've thought about that. What if they do take Fields? Do the Niners go Wilson?
You have to. I think you have
But
to.
just because everybody else has been hyping up and they view him as a number 2 pick.
Yeah, it's all going to be moot because the pick is in and it's Zach Wilson. But
You don't know.
Gabe's sources told me. What do you mean I don't know?
Hey, my sources are true and 100% accurate all
I
of the
hope
time.
it's Zach Wilson. Like honestly, like I want the Niners to get Justin Fields. That's just
The camera just panned to Zach Wilson, and I instantly thought, like, why are they showing? Like, is this like a high school kid with like a cool backstory or something? Like, he's so little. Dude, he's clean shaven today at the draft. It's just
Is
weird.
there ever been another draft where 3 QBs go straight?
Mm-mm.
Never.
Not that I know of. I don't think so.
I know for sure there hasn't been one where they go top 4,
Oh,
top
look
3
at-
maybe.
What the stream we're watching, points per game, yards per game, pass per game, basically last in all. The Jets are sorry, man. They need some help. I guess that's what happens when you run Frank Gore as your running back all year.
Yeah.
they were tanking. They were tanking like a mother.
Yeah, they tank it for the past 10 years. I know they do good.
I mean, the only one oh no. I was gonna say that Baker Mayfield draft, but there was 4 in the top 10, but it was Mayfield, then Barkley, then Darnold. So there was a
Barkley,
little gap.
Matt Barkley?
Saquon.
Oh, I was like, I thought you said quarterbacks. I didn't think they were in the same at all.
There was Goff, then Wentz. No. So it's been 1-2 has happened. I don't see any 1-2-3. There was Winston and Mariota, but the pick is in, boys.
It's in. We're waiting for Goodell to come on out.
Here we go, right here.
Gut reaction. Who do you guys think it is? Wilson?
It is
Fields?
That's
Oh,
Wilson.
man.
Zach Wilson, BYU.
Then the Niners are up after this, man. I'm
Zach
already.
Dude, I'm so ready for trade announcement. The 49ers are sending Jimmy Garoppolo, the number 3 overall pick, and a 3rd-round pick to be named later.
All right.
Why
So-
would the team wouldn't allow Aaron Rodgers? They wouldn't do that. Like,
So let's make this
Wow.
fantasy relevant.
I guess they would draft QB. But
Let's make this fantasy relevant. In a redraft league, are you okay with drafting Wilson as your QB?
No, not QB number 1. Not right
No,
off the bat.
never. You
Yeah,
wouldn't.
not in
you wouldn't-
redraft.
No.
Dynasty
I'm not
league.
any of these
he's-
guys in redraft.
You're not taking Lawrence. in
Zach
redraft?
Wilson
It's
in
Zach
redraft,
Wilson.
dude. Josh
Listen,
Allen finished fantasy 18 as a
yeah,
QB.
do
I
you
think
want that as
Wilson's
your
better
QB
than
number
him.
one?
I don't want 18.
Oh no, not the QB
Yeah.
number one. I'm just saying. You said you wouldn't draft him and redraft. Of course, I would draft him.
No, listen,
but
maybe I'm going to take him
I
at the
don't-
end of the draft.
It's Zach Wilson, folks.
So you're
But here's
telling
the
me-
thing, like even like like Matthew Stafford doesn't get drafted sometimes but we play in
Yeah.
10-team leagues,
Well,
so
let me ask you. You're
Niners
gonna,
are on the
Man,
clock.
Lawrence is definitely getting taken.
if you had
oh yeah.
if you had Burrow or Herbert last year, you're laughing, you're happy, but you would
That's
definitely
true. That's
definitely have
true.
drafted them in a redraft.
Well, it would be like
Are
No
you
one
saying
drafted
a late round
Herbert.
flyer.
Did any one of us draft Herbert last year? No,
But-
because we thought Tyrod would be the star. He
but
was
I-
a waiver wire pickup.
No, he was the starter until he got injured and he never came back. But I'm saying
Which was half
just
a game.
because they're a rookie doesn't mean they can't work. But I will say both Herbert and Burrow had better offenses than these two teams, so that might be the difference.
And listen,
Yeah,
even
well,
if-
New York's got Corey Davis. They got, they have some weapons. They're going to probably add a running back
That's
there later
that's
on.
no Higgins.
I like
and
Denzel
Boyd.
Mims. Denzel Mims.
And Denzel Mims was a promising rookie last
Hey
year. Nice
Gio,
job,
didn't
Gio.
you lead me with Mims?
Say what?
Oh, didn't you lead me with Mims?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I got to put you on the spot
Go.
here. You said you wanted back in the Apocalypse League. Was that just a gut reaction, or are you craving some more fantasy football, my friend?
No, I mean, it's an easy win in that league, so, there's an
whoa,
extra spot.
whoa. All right, guys, I got some stats for us.
Gio
Yeah,
wants
I-
this.
I had to go all the way back to the 1999 draft when number 1 pick Tim Couch, followed by number 2 pick Donovan McNabb, and the number 3 pick Achilles Smith, all quarterbacks taken back to back to back.
Oh my God,
Wow.
1999
you said McNabb.
was number 2. Yeah,
Those other two are huge misses.
yeah.
Okay, we can all
I'm just
agree-
saying this.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Dante Culpepper went number
go ahead,
11 in that
Gio.
draft.
Mine's kind of a topic changer. Go ahead.
Well, no, I was just going to say, we can all agree that now the draft officially starts, okay? Everyone's
Oh.
mock draft had
And I,
No,
and
I
I-
mean, it does because everybody was saying Wilson.
Yeah.
I was 90-10, on it, but
I was gonna say this. I just can't wait for Mac Jones to be picked third. The reactions will be good enough for me.
Hey, if Mac Jones gets picked third, I'm probably gonna shut off the stream and I'll see you guys.
I have
next
never
week.
seen a rookie QB get so much hate for no reason. Like
No, listen.
everybody says he's trash and shouldn't
No.
go. I don't know.
Mac Jones is good, man. The problem is, why do you trade so many? Again, my only problem is why do you trade so many picks to get up to number 3 for Mac Jones when the reports are he's probably there at 12 and definitely there at 6.
Yeah.
So at the worst case scenario, we trade 1 first on top of our number 12, which is what the Dolphins did, to get to number 6.
You could have got him at 6.
You guys had 6. It doesn't make sense. Is Lance and Field and Jones all gone? That means 5 QBs in the first 6.
No,
The
it's
only
not
reason-
happening because
No, what
Burrow's
I'm saying
number
is-
5.
The only reason they'd want to move, I don't see a reason to have moved up at all unless it was for an Aaron Rodgers play that we didn't know about then.
No.
They could have got
Guys.
any of these quarterbacks.
Lance
Just
or
got off-
Fields are not there at
Just-
12.
Just got off the phone with my sources, fellas. I don't know if you're gonna like it. We'll let
Here,
you guys talk
Jones?
about it. We'll see. I'm gonna let this one play out. I don't think it's 100% accurate. So therefore, I am not saying.
I don't-
Plus, I want you
I'm
guys
not
to be
ready
just
for
as
this.
surprised as I am. All right, so I'm
Uh-oh.
gonna leave.
Well,
Yo, let
listen,
me-
This one's for you guys.
Let me
it's
ask
no
you-
Justin Fields and Trey Lance would not be there at 12. We didn't have number 6. We had number 12. We traded number
okay.
12 to Miami for number 3, and then Miami traded number 12 plus one of the picks up to number 6. Right. So the whole knock is if you want Mac Jones and you don't think he's there at 12, you trade up to 6 and you call it a day. Right.
I
Oh, no.
thought maybe the Eagles didn't want to help us out, and we.
Why?
I don't know, dude.
What
Because
is it
we're in the
against us?
NFC. I mean, it's
Nah.
weird like that. I don't know.
No, division opponents. I agree.
I understand. Yeah, I get it. But the thing is, for me, so then the Eagles wasn't an option then, right? To trade to number 6, or they wanted to get up to number 3 no matter what. I mean, I don't know because
The report is that they wanted to get up to number 3 no matter
Yeah.
what.
so.
The Niners room is currently clapping. Looks like things are official. We're still awaiting word.
Oh my God.
Dude,
This
I
is
think
gonna
they
decide
should
the fate of our
I think they should
franchise.
Just make a splash and go Pitts and run tool
Dude.
tight end.
Dude, I was saying earlier, if we're going to take Mac Jones, I'd rather just get Kyle Pitts. and just
And then
Well-
Kittle for Tonyan and Rogers swap.
If like
no,
if Jimmy, if we were just 100% in on Jimmy, like that's our guy, then and we could just take a Kyle Pitts, that'd be crazy. But that's not gonna happen.
Is this guy crazy, Kyle Pitts, for a tight end or something? Like never seen phenomenon before or something?
Justin, we've been saying that for like 2 months, bro.
But
What do you-
I'm just
Really
saying, like,
quick, if you're just joining in, drop your pick of who the Niners are going to pick. You got 10 seconds. If you're just joining us, welcome to the First Round Fantasy Podcast. We're live streaming the 2021 NFL Draft. Thank you so much for coming. Justin, back to what you were saying.
I'm just saying, like, do tight ends normally go in top 10?
No.
That's
Hey,
what I'm
hey,
saying.
Justin,
I mean, Hawkinson went in number 8,
yeah,
but like not normally though. I wouldn't say normally.
no.
Yeah,
Once
Andy
every
Eric
5
Brown.
years.
I think Eric Ebron was, or he was up there.
I'm looking.
Yeah.
I'm searching.
I saw earlier today there's been 23 first-round pick tight ends, first-round pick total, not even top 10, since 2000. So it's
I'll
about
tell
1
you
year
what.
in the first.
It
And
would
he-
be the Niners to literally drain the clock on this pick.
All right,
So far,
hold on.
Oh, the pick is in.
Radio silence, boys.
All right, we're good.
No.
Radio silence. We'll do it. We'll listen. I'll let
Is
you guys
Mac,
get your
Mac
first
Jones
reaction.
is strictly a pocket passer.
Oh, they say that he's crafty in the pocket, but
All right, I'm going Trey Lance.
I don't want the pocket passer.
you guys
So-
see that?
I'm going
Yo,
Trey
you saw
Lance.
that?
Get ready
I'd
to
be
change
okay
it,
with
Joe.
Trey Lance or Justin Fields. I don't want the pocket passer.
Yeah.
The next Josh Allen, Trey Lance.
Let's
I
see.
love it, guys. I love it. Let's see who
Who has
they
a
pick.
better arm, Trey or Justin Fields?
Probably Justin Fields.
No, I
you
heard
can
Trey
probably
Lance
check
has
it
the better
on-
arm, but he's
Trey
just
Lance is
too
more
raw.
accurate.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh man, I honestly, guys, as a Raiders fan, I feel for you right now. This is a very critical decision for you guys, and I wish you all the best. Because you know what, you're not in the same conference, so do your thing. I hope you
Regardless
guys
of
get
who
what you
it
want.
is, they're not
Hold
going to be
on,
a bust
hold on,
under
hold
Kyle
on.
Shanahan's system.
Who is it?
Trey Lance, baby, let's go.
Woo!
Let's
Wow.
No beer gut Mac Jones for us, baby. Let's go.
Listen,
Nice.
aside from you, I got many Niner fans, and they all wanted him too. So you guys all got someone you wanted.
Hey,
Let's
I like
go.
the pick.
I like Trey Lance better than Justin Fields, I'll be honest.
Where do you go to college? What is North Dakota?
Where Carson Wentz went, but
Hey, Joe, from 12 to 3 for Trey Lance?
I'm down. Dude, Trey Lance.
That was a bad throw. That was a bad throw.
I saw a meme yesterday. It said Trey Lance is the actor that they hired to play Patrick Mahomes in the Alex Smith documentary.
Bro, I am like 45 seconds behind you guys. That fucking sucks.
You got to tune into the link I,
I
gave
found
you,
out
buddy.
through you guys. I wanted to hear him say it.
Bro, he's
just
ahead
go
of
to
me, to be
YouTube.
honest.
Go to
Go on,
YouTube.
go to the link I sent you.
Yeah, go to the YouTube,
That's
Jacob.
fine.
Get off your YouTube TV.
How
Wow.
the fuck am I 45 seconds behind you guys?
Hey, Jacob, Jacob.
Whoa!
Bro, the link that we're watching, it's Matthew Berry and our boy.
Some other douche.
No, not some other douche. Who does the podcast?
Bill Yates?
Yeah.
Yeah. Where are you guys watching it?
I put it in the link, dude.
Trey
Well, I can't get there from my phone.
Man.
Oh,
I
well,
love
I'll
this
text you
thing.
then.
All right, I gotta take this. Jersey
Yeah,
off
I mean,
with
I-
God.
That makes sense. It makes sense.
Listen,
You're
basically,
muted, Gabe.
the next
Damn it.
question goes: if Mac Jones continues to drop, then he's gonna
Hey.
get picked up on the cheap by somebody. No,
Well, listen, the whole thing was that the 49ers kept saying we're not trading Jimmy G. We're not trading Jimmy G. You don't say that if you're drafting Mac Jones. You say it if you're drafting Trey Lance.
so he's not starting this year.
No, probably not.
Now
Well,
he
they
needs
said
a
he's
year
at
to
least
develop.
ready.
Yeah. Well,
So,
he's only
Jacob,
20.
can I ask you this really quick? As the sole owner of the first pick in our dynasty league,
Oh, I didn't
No,
know.
does
we're
this
not taking
change
Trey
your
Lance.
mind at all?
I
Are
wouldn't.
you going-
I wasn't even thinking about that.
What's that
Are
have
you-
to do? What's this have to do with anything?
Well,
The rookies are the rookies.
yeah.
Well, Jacob's a
do you
Niner
pick
fan,
up with
but
Trey
still.
Lance?
Uh,
Knowing
Listen,
Joe is
don't
two
pick
picks
them, dude.
behind
I
you.
know it's a deep stash, but relax.
I mean, we'll have to see what happens leading up to all that.
All right.
The only way I see taking, and this is with our Niners bias, but the only way I see taking the Niners QB at 1.01 is if it's Fields or Wilson and Jimmy Garoppolo's not on the roster.
Well, if that's the thing, if I knew whatever rookie we drafted was going to start right away, then yeah, I would. I could say that confidently. But the thing is, this is why I traded for Jimmy Garoppolo. Honestly, this was my thinking: is that if I am in a position to get the Niners rookie, I want to have Jimmy too, just in case.
And we made a good trade for that. I'll accept that trade.
Yeah.
I mean, let me say, does this make the Rodgers to Niners trade absolutely dead though?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, because we would have to trade Trey Lance basically.
It's
You know?
dead.
Yeah.
No, and they're not trading for Trey Lance because Trey Lance is very similar to Jordan Love. Yeah, it just doesn't make sense. I mean, I have heard some stuff that the Patriots were sniffing around Jordan Love.
Dude, if the Patriots get Aaron Rodgers, I'm a Patriot fan. I don't give a damn. That would be tight.
He's got what, two years left?
I think.
Dude, look at the way he's playing. He's got 5 years left.
I think Gabe Source is right.
Last year, I think.
I think Gabe Source is right. He's going to Denver tonight.
Denver for what? Why does he want to go
guys,
there? Oh,
is Trey Lance going to be the most fantasy football successful quarterback this year out of all the rookies?
No,
Trey Lance?
Yeah.
No, not Trevor Lawrence.
No, Trevor Lawrence this year, and then we'll see from beyond. But I think Trevor Lawrence is in a place to.
Well, assuming Trey Lance starts, probably not, but.
I don't think he's going to start day one, Joe. I was talking to my buddy earlier about this, and I said, listen, we're going to take Trey Lance, and it's going to go the same way that Kaepernick went. Jimmy G is going to start the season. He's going to play 5, 6, 7 games of good football, but he's going to go down. Trey Lance is going to come in. He's going to prove to be more ready than we thought he was. But now we'll have to see if Trey Lance – and the knock on both of them is the same. Very inaccurate quarterbacks. So we'll see if Trey Lance can learn that.
Where is – first, all right, Gio, I want to get your thoughts. How are you feeling about this pick, man?
I like it. Okay, for reasons I just said about I don't want the pocket passer. Kyle Shanahan's been to 2 Super Bowls with pocket passers, and he hasn't gotten it done. Imagine if he had Trey Lance like on that 4th down where Jimmy G overthrew Emmanuel Sanders, like somebody who can extend the plays with his legs. Like that's what I want to go for, and I did not like the pocket passer thing. I think, look, if he starts Trey Lance, he probably won't, but if he did, it's those type of quarterbacks for me that, I mean, because of their ability to be mobile, they could be the most fantasy successful quarterbacks. They could steal touchdowns at the goal line for running backs. I mean, we experience it every year with Russell Wilson and especially Deshaun Watson. Like, you know, these mobile quarterbacks, they have a higher ceiling as far as fantasy goes.
That's why people are projecting Jalen Hurts so high this year, because they anticipate him to run like crazy.
Especially, and look, I do want to talk as much fantasy as possible today because that's what our YouTube channel is. So I want to get fantasy thoughts as well. So the thing is, if you look, I believe Trey Lance's only full season as a college quarterback, he rushed over 1,000 yards.
Yep.
So fantasy-wise, people are saying like Trey Lance, Justin Fields, they're probably going to be better than Trevor Lawrence for fantasy. Not necessarily. Like, yeah, exactly. So Trevor Lawrence, if I had to bet money on who's going to win a Super Bowl, all right, take out that Trey Lance is on the Niners now, just before the draft.
Guys, really
I would
quick.
say Trevor Lawrence is going to win a Super Bowl, but these guys are going to be better fantasy players, Trevor Lance and Justin Fields.
Gabe, you're like Steph there. Hold on.
No, I'm just saying, really quick, pick is in for the Atlanta Falcons. Also, if you're just joining us, thank you so much for tuning in to the First Round Fantasy Podcast live stream of the 2021 Fantasy Football Draft. Thank you so much for coming. Really quick, before the Atlanta Falcons pick, drop it in the chat, guys. We want to know, who do you think the Falcons are going to pick? Guys, who are you thinking? Kyle Pitts, another QB.
Oh, if they don't trade, it's Kyle Pitts. Oh,
Jamar Chase.
Oh.
They're taking
Justin Fields.
Wait, how
Why
is
are
Matt
y'all
Ryan?
tripping off these picks?
Just because it's exciting, man. I've been looking forward to this for months.
They're picking Chase,
not just for
trading
the
Julio.
No,
it would be Pitts.
Okay,
It would
right
be
here.
Pitts.
Pick is in. Pick is here. Let's see. Why would they drafted
It's
Hayden
Pitts
Hurst in
or
the first
Fields.
round? They drafted Hayden Hurst. Why do they
No,
want
they
that?
never drafted Hayden Hurst. Kyle Pitts.
How'd they get Hurst then?
Hurst, they got him from the Baltimore Ravens.
Okay, well they got him, but he was a high draft pick. I don't know.
Listen, Jacob,
He played well.
we talked about this 2 weeks ago. This is the best spot that Kyle Pitts could have went to
Yeah.
by far, because we've already seen what Matt Ryan will do with Hooper. We've already seen what he can do with Hurst, who wasn't really a great pass catching tight end.
Oh, it's in.
So why do you want? Is he that good that you
My
just
sources
drop
tell
your
me it's
current
in,
wide
folks. You
receiver?
guys
I mean,
ready?
your current tight
I
end.
already seen it, Gabe. You're behind.
Dang it! How far?
Hey,
is
Justin,
Kyle
who do you
Pitts?
have at tight end in Dynasty?
We're
Tanya.
on
You're
to the Bengals. 7 minutes left on
Why
the
is
clock.
that welcome? Rogers might leave.
What?
What is he special?
Okay, so here's the thing. They're watching a YouTube. It's not even the draft. It's like draft analysis. And then
Yeah.
they just announce the pick. So I think we all need to watch the same thing because we're all
Yeah, but we
talking
don't
about the
have
pick
yours.
before it
Drop
gets
it.
announced.
Drop the link in the chat. Drop the link.
Like
in
the
chat.
thing is though, it's kind
I
of messed
did.
up
I
because I
texted
want to
Jacob.
watch the draft, you know?
Look,
Like
we can watch
actually
this
watch the
one.
draft.
We can
Are you
watch
not
this
watching
one.
the
This
draft,
is the
Jacob?
draft. But it's about 2 minutes behind the YouTube, the one that I just linked.
Yeah, that's what I'm
No, I don't
saying.
want that
Like,
one. I want this one. The one that Joe just said. There we go. There we go.
but it's not the draft, Gabe.
No,
Let me see
this
if I
is
can
the
find it.
draft.
Let
The
me
one
see if I
I
can
linked is
find
the
it.
draft. The one I linked is the draft. You gotta press it and then don't press the watch now button. Just press past that. And
Can you-
hopefully you have an ad blocker.
I don't.
My
I
only
can't do it on
concern
here.
for Pitts is that he has to face Tampa Bay twice a year. But other than that, I love him for fantasy. He's gonna be awesome.
Dude, can someone explain?
Especially if Julio's on the move tonight.
But those games against Tampa Bay, I'd probably look elsewhere.
I mean, dude, even if Julio's still on the team, Julio's good for some missed games every year. And if not missing the game outright, he goes out in the at halftime. Look at Kyle Pitts, dude. This guy's a tight end. This guy looks like a freaking monster, dude.
So they run him as an out basically, and still run Hurst in their sets.
They can run whatever they want. They can put him at wide receiver. They can put him at tight end. They can put him in at running back. Who cares, dude? The guy's a monster.
You guys
On the
think
field.
that Kyle Pitts is immediately like top 5 fantasy tight end?
Yeah, I have number
Yes.
4 this year.
100%.
Oh.
What's
In
up, Justin?
redraft, number 4.
How
Justin, what are you
redraft-
thinking?
The redraft order is set.
My redraft order: Kelsey, Waller, Kittle.
Oh, and
Pitts.
tight ends. Oh,
Yeah,
I think Pitts is good based off film, but I don't know much about him. But if he's getting drafted this high, you better just take that. You just trust what he is. I mean, I've never seen a tight end go at number 4 before.
Justin, we've been talking about this for months, bro. And like you
I'm
were
not
like,
saying-
what's up with this guy, Kyle?
I'm not
Pitts?
saying
Like,
I disagree, but number 4 is number 4. I mean,
but he's been
he is-
projected to go this high since the beginning of the draft. Like it's not a
he is
surprise.
bigger. I don't know what kind of linebacker is going to stick this guy.
I don't know, Jacob. I saw him projected at like 7 or 8. Like,
But I'm
maybe
saying in
6
that
for the
range,
Dolphins.
like
Yeah.
top 8 for sure, no matter what. Like
But still, bro, to go from 6 to 4 costs a lot. So like, that's a pretty big difference in draft.
Damn, he is huge.
Yeah. Oh, guys, is there a better fantasy offense that you want to be part of than the Atlanta Falcons passing offense?
Cowboys, if they're healthy.
Maybe.
Yeah, look what they did last year. That was going to be legendary if it stayed through.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
Even bitch-ass Zeke was getting 20, 25 a game.
Stardew,
Like-
I don't think they're related, by the way.
If Pitts doesn't get traded,
Huh?
or excuse me, if Julio doesn't get traded, you have Mike Davis, you have Pitts, you have Julio, you have Ridley, you have Hurst, and you have Matt Ryan. That's maybe Hurst isn't fantasy relevant anymore, but that's
And they're
5.
garbage playing catch-up every game.
well,
Dude,
that's
the
what-
thing
that's
is,
what I
Matt
like.
Ryan in
Yeah.
redraft is
Oh,
gonna
he
light
just
it
got
up.
bumped up, I think. I have him maybe top 5 now, like outside of 5, 6.
Let's move on to this. The Bengals are up, and as someone like me who doesn't watch a lot of college ball, if Chase is the consensus number 1, why did what's that dude's name? The second, Devontae Smith, win the Heisman Trophy? Wouldn't
Well,
I
because he
think
had,
it doesn't matter,
he had a
dude.
better year. I mean,
Yeah,
okay,
Well, Jamar
so
Chase didn't play in 2020. That's
yeah,
why.
he did.
he didn't play at all.
No,
he
he
sat
opted
out.
out. He
And
had
he's
an
getting
amazing
drafted this
season.
high?
Yeah,
Because his rookie year was
Wow.
like insane. Or not his rookie year, but his sophomore year was
and he
insane.
Why
played
did
with
he
Joe
sit
Burrow.
out?
He played with
What?
Joe Burrow in
Yeah.
LSU in 2019,
Oh,
and he sat out because
this could be a
COVID.
reunion?
Yeah, Burrow wants him.
Oh, this is nice. Okay.
Yeah,
see,
yeah.
I need this info.
Justin, our viewership just dropped in half with that comment.
What do you mean? All these people, they need help on. They don't watch college ball like me. You know, we're professionals. We don't watch the
It's
youngins.
not a-
Wait, hold up. I'm going to ask you guys some questions. So fantasy
Huh?
relevant.
So, hey, really quick, Justin, you did bring up the Bengals. Let's talk about it for a second.
The pick is in, baby.
The pick is in really quick, though. Do you guys think they go offensive line? They've invested a little bit in it throughout the offseason. They got a
I think
couple of
they go
guys coming
Chase.
back. You think they go offense? You think
Say
they go
it,
Chase?
say it. What do you guys think?
Chase, because what you just told me that it trumps every other issue. You don't pass that up.
I don't know. They need offensive
It
line.
has to be
protect
Penei
Joe Burrow.
Sewell, man. That's a smart decision. Is Penei Sewell?
Smart decision for fantasy for us, so that you can protect Burrow. And
But
Scott
I'm not just
Gordon.
saying for me. If I'm running, like I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm not an NFL GM, but I'm saying I take Penei Sewell. But the only thing is, maybe that would make Burrow. But I'm trying to protect Burrow. But maybe he would be mad at them for not taking Chase. And you don't
I've
want,
seen Soul drop all the way down to 13 at the Chargers.
dude. He's a once in a generation freaking offensive or
Well,
offensive
you said
lineman.
this year-
He
no.
is, bro. They've been
Offensive
saying.
line-
He's,
Who, Kyle
hey,
Pitts?
bro.
offensive
He's
line is
20
supposed
years
to be
old.
talented.
Jacob,
He
once in a
wants-
generation, guys go number one.
Hey,
like Joe Thomas,
But there was no like Trevor Lawrence, Kyle Pitts type, and quarterbacks are way more needed. I'm saying
they-
so. Penei Sewell is 20 years old. I
Trey
don't know
Lance
what
is
the-
20 years old.
I don't know what the award is called, but like whatever award that position can win, he won it at 18. Like he's
I'm
crazy.
not saying he's not good. I'm just saying I don't think you can put him in that generational talent. I haven't seen that. Gio, I'm pretty sure this is one of your boys too, bro. He's a Samoan, isn't he?
He's no Jonathan Ogden. Let me just say that.
Penei, Soul.
I believe he's Polynesian. I don't know if he's Samoan though. Let me see.
It says American Samoan Malame
Oh well, then yeah.
is a village near America Samoa.
All right, so you know he's big, he's strong, and he'll mess you up.
Yeah, that's the new breed.
That's
man.
my draft analysis.
And that it was good. I'll tell you that.
Hey, so I got a question for you guys because you guys were talking about Matt Ryan fantasy relevant and how good he is. Do you take Matt Ryan over Josh Allen
No.
No,
in redraft?
hell no.
No.
It's closer, but no way.
Matt Ryan over Tom Brady?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Matt Ryan.
no question.
Jacob? He's ignoring me. He's like, what's this guy doing here?
He's studying Trey Lance right now.
Either that or he's frozen. He might be frozen. He hasn't even blinked.
He's in a trance. He's in a trance.
Hey, for real though, what if he wasn't for? Oh no, he just moved. He's moving. He's not listening to
Wow,
us.
that was the most stillest, crazy.
Dude,
thing
he's
I've ever-
icing us right now. Jacob with the blood in his veins,
Hey.
dude. All right, well, hey, the pick has been in for a couple of minutes here. We think it's offense. We think it's Chase. What about Joe Burrow in this
I'm
situation?
about to see the pick right now, but I'll wait until Jacob sees it to say.
I don't know the
anything.
pick yet. I'm
Come
watching
on,
on
offensive line,
on
offensive
delay,
line.
So I'll be back in a second.
Joe Burrow or Tom Brady this year?
Are you muting us, Jacob?
He
Well,
is.
I'm gonna just go ahead and say it then. It's Jamar Chase, boys.
You're ahead of me. You're ahead of me. I'm
Yeah, you're
watching-
way ahead of me, bro.
Well,
buddy, Jamar.
Hey,
Jamal-
Joe, what's the last you've heard of Joe Burrow's health? Is he fully healthy or not yet?
Jacob knows more about that than I do. He's kind of our health expert on here.
Dude, this
He's
is
the,
nuts.
Jacob, you're muted, bro.
Jamar Chase. Wow, that's crazy.
Dude, this
Listen,
is crazy,
this is
man.
my
That's
point, Jacob. Why not go and trade Tyler Boyd now and get that offensive lineman? Right?
Yeah.
People need quarterbacks or people need wide
Well,
receivers.
trade him to the Vikings.
There supposedly is some decent offensive linemen in the second that are supposed to go in the second round. So they're just gonna have to grab one of those guys. with their second pick, because I thought if they took Sewell with this pick that they would have taken the best wide receiver available with their second round pick, because they wanted a receiver. They were trying to get Kenny Golladay, if you guys remember. They were like the runner up.
I think they just sold out to max offense.
This is for Burrow. I mean, because this is Burrow's boy. Like that's it, you know.
All right.
Well, they're going to be a dynamic duo for what, 10 years, 8 years, right?
Why do you write off Higgins? This guy is a wide receiver 1 too.
But Jamar Chase is supposedly, what I've heard is Mike Thomas out the box, right? So,
and the thing is, like, T. Higgins went in the second or third round. He wasn't viewed as a prospect, like as highly as a prospect. This guy went number 5.
Isn't Mike Evans outside the box Julio a little bit?
The pick is in for the Miami. Oh no, I'm watching both, man. So I'm behind. I gotta mute one of these. Wasn't Mike Evans what?
I said, isn't Mike Thomas out the box Julio Jones, because he catches long balls too, jumps high, grabs them too.
No, what I mean out the box is like rookie year. This fool's like Mike Thomas.
Oh,
like,
right away.
Jump.
Yeah. Not. I don't know what you're saying, but like immediate impact. Like Jamar Chase is going to be top 15 wide receiver next year potential. I don't know how I feel about that because they have so many wide receivers. But in a world where Boyd is not there, in a world where Higgins may not be there, one of them, I think top 15 is very fair.
If I had to make this work,
I'd go top 20. But
if I had to make this work,
but
they can sustain 3 wide receivers in this type of NFL where you throw 50, 60 balls.
I don't think so. Look at Dak last year. He was on like a historic pace, and Gallup was not very fantasy viable.
Yeah, he was all right as a low-end flex play.
No, by the time they moved on, not the first 5 weeks when they were all healthy. He was.
Drew, your last comment, I agree. Like, they should take Penei Sewell, but I think they're going to go wide receiver. I think they're going to take Devontae Smith.
Miami?
They should take Penei Sewell, though.
I think they're going to go with – I don't think they're going to go wide receiver here. It's too early, man. I mean, I could see Waddle.
So you think they go Sewell? Because they could, like, they're decent at offensive line, but they could improve. Well, it's another reunion if Devontae Smith goes to Miami with Tua, right?
So PPR, Gallup, his first 7 weeks, 8 points,
Bad.
8 points.
Bad.
Then he had one blow-up game where he had 26.
Awesome.
5 points.
Bad.
11 points.
Bad.
4 points.
Bad.
0 points.
Okay, trash.
Wait, what's the relevance of that?
Like, it's really hard to sustain 3 wide receivers fantasy.
I see.
You know? It's almost impossible. One guy's going to get left out.
The Rams did it. That was the last time I can remember.
Cooks, Woods, and Cup.
Yeah.
They did. And Gurley that year.
Pick is in for the Dolphins. Real quick, though, I see right here that Chase went to LSU and Jefferson went to LSU. So that means Burrow was thrown to both of them?
Yeah, he was. Yep, that same year they had Jefferson and Chase.
So who was better, Jefferson or Chase that year?
Chase was considered better.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
And what's it called? Devontae Smith and Waddle both play together too, right? For Alabama?
With Tua.
Tua and then Mac Jones.
Yeah.
Interesting. How far do you guys think Mac Jones is going to slip? 15 to the Patriots?
Watch him go to the Patriots.
They're happy.
Yeah.
I'd be happy with that.
And who's taking Justin Fields? Is it crazy for Detroit to take their quarterback, or is Jared Goff their quarterback?
Jared Goff is their quarterback. You don't trade
Somebody's has to trade up for Fields, man. This is crazy.
I'm telling you, this is perfect for the Patriots to move up if they need to squeeze it.
I mean, I keep hearing Detroit's definitely not going quarterback. I don't get that. You don't trade Matthew Stafford for Jared Goff and say, "Oh, we're good at quarterback."
Well, they might not do it because where they are out in the draft. Maybe
what do you mean?
These guys don't fall to them.
Miami's not taking a quarterback. They're next.
No, I'm saying Detroit.
Yeah.
Well, Detroit's number 7.
Yeah.
So unless Justin Fields is going to Miami, very unlikely, unless Tua's getting the axe, Justin Fields is going to be there at 8 for
Dude,
Detroit.
that would be crazy if Justin Fields goes to Miami. Like,
Why
if
would that ever
no.
happen? What is that? What are you talking about?
I mean,
Justin revolves everything around his fantasy team. Like, he's like,
I'm not.
don't
I'm
mess
just
with
saying.
that.
What
Don't
do
mess
you
with
mean?
that.
You don't bench Fitzpatrick when you're winning to start a worse
No.
quarterback and then draft a quarterback.
They're not
the
going
next
to do
year.
that.
I mean, the idea behind that is that they saw what they saw. Wow, that they saw what they saw out of.
Pick
I'm not
this
going to
year,
spoil
pick
it,
this year.
Jacob.
No,
So,
don't
Jacob, tell us when
you
you're
guys are
good.
ahead of us.
What?
Joey's ahead of everybody actually, and we're watching the
Yeah.
same thing.
God,
When
okay,
you're
I
good.
saw it. I'm ready when you guys are.
Oh,
Tua's boy. I told you.
Hey,
it wasn't
Jacob's
Devontae
face,
Smith.
awesome.
Remember, I said before when Gabe asked me what exciting thing that Waddle or Smith are going to go in one of these very high
Yeah.
spots.
I mean,
So
I
why
saw
is Smith
this
get-
on the NFL mocks today, Jacob, because everyone was chased to the Bengals was new.
Did Smith just get
Yeah.
bumped because of nepotism? They needed to make the combination.
No,
No, but hey,
Smith
do you guys
played
know
with
what I
Tua
heard?
also. It's
No,
not
I'm-
that.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
No, they both
is-
played with Tua.
Yeah,
Not
Smith
that it's
is
anything
small,
like-
dude. Smith
Not
is like
that it's
165 pounds.
So they're
So-
saying this guy's the next Tyreek Hill. This
Oh.
Jalen Waddle is
Yeah,
next
that's what they
Tyreek Hill.
said about Henry
well,
Ruggs.
no,
I'll
like-
see it when I see it.
Who's running who's running wide receiver for Lions now?
Nobody.
Well, see, that's
So
it
what?
with the interesting pick. So if
Rashard
you're listening
Perryman.
and you're not watching the draft, Jalen Waddle just went to the Miami Dolphins with the number 6 pick. Number 7, Detroit Lions are on the board. We'll talk about Jalen Waddle in a second, but jumping forward, Joe, you're very right. I mean, could Justin Fields hop off the board here? Like, are they as committed to Jared Goff as we think they are?
This
Or-
guy's fast.
Devontae Smith has been mocked there numerous
Yeah.
times. Could we see Devontae Smith off the board here as
I don't
another
think
weapon?
it's Devontae Smith. Devontae Smith is too small, man. I think teams are scared by that.
He's smaller than Waddle. Waddle
Well,
looks
see,
tiny.
I'm glad that you bring up the scared thing because
He weighs
have you
less.
guys heard that Justin Fields not suffers, but he does have epilepsy?
Yeah, yeah.
So
and
I read an article about that the other day and it was pretty good. Just like how he hasn't had anything wrong in quite some time, but like
but one of the
he
mocks
always
I
had
saw,
thinking about it's kind of weird. It's interesting.
one of the mocks I saw had him slipping all the way to 32.
Oh my
Had
goodness.
in Tampa Bay, dude. They said if the Niners don't take him, and then he,
Well,
and then,
bro, as soon as I heard that, I was saying that's going to scare NFL teams.
and then look, what happens if Denver trades for Aaron Rodgers right now, right? Okay, then who's the next team that really needs a quarterback, right? Like,
The
let's say
Panthers might take him.
Maybe
Just 'cause they
Pittsburgh?
just traded Bridgewater and they're like, screw it. Like, we didn't know we
No,
would have a
no.
chance to get.
Yeah,
Still-
if Denver doesn't land Aaron Rodgers, I don't think Bridgewater's the answer. I think they totally still draft a QB. What about you guys?
No, yeah. If Denver doesn't get Aaron Rodgers, they're drafting Justin Fields. But if they
Oh,
get,
yeah, they have
it-
to.
but if they get Aaron Rodgers, then who's gonna take? What if? What if?
I won't be surprised if Justin Fields goes right now. I will not
Oh,
be
no,
surprised.
man. Why? We just established that they don't have any wide receivers. Why
I
not
know,
get one?
but
No, I think it's because you don't take the wide receiver that's ranked lower than the quarterback. It just doesn't make sense.
You don't trade your quarterback for.
they didn't
another
even.
quarterback
That
that's
trade
not
wasn't
awful.
about Goff. They had to take Goff back in the trade.
Yeah, there was the money.
They didn't want Goff. They got
But-
2 first-round picks.
But
they-
it's not like he's not serviceable, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I'm
But he's
actually a
also
Goff
not
supporter.
long term. And how often are you going to have this low of a pick to invest in a future
this
franchise
I mean,
QB?
They're
listen,
going to be worse this year than they were last
yeah,
year. What do you mean?
exactly. So I think the talk is you get your offensive lineman Sewell right here, which I don't know what the pick is yet, but I'm saying you get your offensive lineman, you tank it out hard. They didn't spend any money on anybody except Jonathan Williams. You tank it out, get the number 1 overall pick, and now you have the number 1 quarterback next year instead of your Justin Fields, right? Because if you waste this pick, now you have Jared Goff and Justin Fields that you're paying big money to, and you're investing in both of those guys. If you wait a year, then you can add some other pieces around your quarterback in the future and get a higher pick. But like I said, guys, what happens if Denver gets Aaron Rodgers and the Lions don't take Justin Fields and New England likes Mac Jones more than Justin Fields? Where does he go?
I don't know.
Pittsburgh.
Too many. I'm used
Pittsburgh
to
makes
seeing
sense.
a bunch of
Yeah, you could look at
linemen
Pittsburgh
going right now.
I think Mike Tomlin says I'll take Justin Fields.
The pick is in on my end, but I don't see who they got.
Yeah, I see the same thing.
I hope they
I'm
just
just not
draft a
gonna
wide
say
receiver to
anything.
shut up the haters.
Jalen Waddle, Miami. You guys liking him this year? Dynasty for sure, obviously. Redraft leagues, he's someone you got an eye on. Not with Tua there, huh? Not with Will Fuller, Devontae Parker, Mike Gesicki.
Next year he'll become the number one guy.
Yeah, what happened to Preston Williams? Damn.
Yeah.
When did he tear his ACL? Towards the end of the season, right?
No, early.
Early?
Preston?
Yeah.
Early. Or maybe mid-season, but it wasn't super late because I dropped him, and then Gio swooped him up.
No, didn't you trade me him and then Amari Cooper trade?
No, did I? I traded you Devontae Parker, I think.
You gave me the
Or
number
maybe
2.
I did.
No, yeah, you gave me the number 2 for Preston
My God,
Williams and
what
Amari
a bad
Cooper.
trade.
Huh?
What a bad trade. No, I gave you the number 2 and Devontae Parker for Amari Cooper and Miles Sanders.
Oh yeah, that's right. I wasn't high on Miles Sanders. Yeah.
You know how earlier I said that they showed the Niners draft room and everybody was clapping? Like, good job. They just showed the Detroit Lions draft room and everyone's like very just solace. Just kind of
Yeah.
standing
Well, they
there.
live in Detroit. What do you expect?
And it's a rebuild year,
Shout out
guys.
to anybody who lives in Detroit. We love you guys.
It's a rebuild year over there, man. If you know that you're going to be the worst team in the league next year, like literally they're planning on being the worst team in the league, how much excitement is there? You're making a pick for the future.
Dude, didn't they just go like 0-16 not too long ago? Like
I mean,
10 years
hey,
ago?
who finishes worse? Houston Texans team without Deshaun Watson or a Detroit Lions team with Jared Goff and newly
Here's the
acquired
pick.
wide receiver?
Detroit, dude. Detroit is the worst. I told you guys. Jacob, let me know
I
when you're
don't
ready.
see it. I need
I'm
to
not
listen.
ready yet. I'm not ready yet.
The QB? Who is it? Who is it?
Sewell. I said you go out and get your offensive lineman, and next year when you take it out, then you get a quarterback at the top of the
Nice.
draft.
I'll be right back.
They didn't think he was going to fall that far.
So now what happens to Justin
That's a good
Fields,
pick.
guys?
That's a good
I don't
pick.
know, dude, but good for Jared Goff. He must be feeling good now. That look, if I were running an NFL, like if I was in a situation like the Lions, right, GM or coach,
He feels
whatever,
good for one more year.
I would want to make Goff feel like this is your job. Like
Yeah.
we're going all in on you. This is your job. You've been to a Super Bowl. You're like, let's go, and then build the rest of the team. You know, not
Was
around
he in the
him,
Super Bowl?
but for him. You know.
Yeah, but Jacob, they are clearly tanking. I watched somebody talk about it the other day on one of these podcasts, and they said they literally let every single one of their offensive players walk. They
Yeah.
let
I mean,
Galladay walk.
but that doesn't
Marvin
mean-
Jones.
I mean, there's no Trevor Lawrence on the horizon. Like there, so maybe they do get the best quarterback next year, whatever. But this is a great pick either way. Like even if whether you're rebuilding or you say let's try to win with Goff, this is a great pick either way.
Yeah, and Hawkinson on the rise, right?
Oh yeah, and Swift, and I mean they brought in Williams, but the thing is, well that's true because they didn't bring in a first round wide receiver. But the thing is, like we say, oh they should have took Devontae Smith, the Miami took Waddle, whatever. There's a lot of good wide receivers in the second round.
Yeah. No, they'll
And-
get one in the second round.
And
for
look,
sure.
so like all these teams, it's not a snake draft. So all these teams picking at the top, they get to pick at the top again unless they traded that pick away.
Yeah.
So they can get Terrace Marshall Jr. or one of these other wide receivers. And then now that guy is suddenly a number one wide receiver because,
yeah.
I mean, unless you're banking on Brashad Perriman on being
No, you're right, Jacob. And one of those guys is going to be in the best spot in football, right? Because one thing that we do know is Detroit's going to suck. Jared
their
Goff likes
defense
to air
is
it
going
out.
to suck.
And DeAndre Swift is not much of a running back in a traditional sense, so they're not going to feed him 30 times a game, right? So we're looking at a team that's going to throw a lot, and they only have Hawkinson and Swift as the real pass catchers, right? So,
Yeah.
look at last year. Justin Jefferson went into arguably the best spot. Stephon Diggs out. Justin Jefferson comes
Yeah.
in. He's all of a sudden wide receiver number 2. with a good quarterback that airs it out. Same situation.
Well, they're in no rush and whatever. Let's say Goff plays well this year, and then they take a wide receiver with the number 3 pick next year. The best wide receiver next year.
Yep.
It's not a 1 year rebuild.
I think the plan is let Goff play. If he does good, maybe you can try to retrade him to a team that needs a veteran.
And he's 25 or 26, bro.
27. I think it was what it was.
Oh, is he?
Still,
He must have
27 is
27.
a baby as a quarterback.
That's super young.
You're 35, 33. Really quick, guys. Carolina Panthers on the clock. Rumors.
They're taking it the whole 10 minutes.
All right. Rumors have it.
He's
they
26.
could be in the QB market as well. Is there any chance we see one of these top names off the board at QB for the Panthers?
I don't think so, man. I think you trade that much for Sam Darnold and you bring him in, and then a week later
So
come on.
There's been a lot of speculation that they want to replace Curtis Samuel, not necessarily find their third wide receiver, but find a third wide receiver.
Devontae Smith. I like that pick here. I think that's the pick.
Last year, they took defensive players with all of their picks. So,
what's their current wide receiver lineup?
So they have DJ Moore and Robbie Anderson, but as we see,
CMC is basically a wide receiver.
Oh, and DJ Moore. Okay, so they took the 5th option on DJ Moore. Robbie Anderson's contract's up after this year.
I don't want to go backtrack, but the Lions also signed Jamal Williams, so I'm just saying.
Yeah, we know that. That's what
I'm just saying I'm just saying.
I mean, him and Swift are going to be receivers this year.
Yeah, so who's running the ball?
Williams.
Swift.
No, I think Williams running the ball. Yeah, 50-50. Jacob's right.
So what, you think like Swift is the Kamara and Williams is more the Murray, but with better catching ability?
Exactly.
How dare you?
And listen, Kamara still gets 600 yards on the ground, 700 yards on the ground, and then 1,000 in the air. You get that out of Swift, dude, that's worth a first-round pick.
And that's what Travis Etienne's going to be too.
Yeah, hopefully. We could use all the good running backs we could get, dude.
Unless he goes to the last year infused a ton of running backs. The running back board is way better than it's been in a long time.
Yeah.
Because we got at least 5 or 6. We got 6 guys last year.
Akers, Dobbins, Taylor, Clyde Edwards, Swift.
Jerome Robinson.
Robinson too.
Yeah,
and Gibson.
And
7.
Gibson. Wow.
So that's what remember I said I did that mock draft yesterday? It was like crazy. Like in the 4th round, there was like Swift and a bunch of good running backs left.
Yeah.
So it's different
now.
Is this
the year you go RB0?
No.
Yeah.
Not necessarily, but it's better than most years because you don't usually get 7 guys in
Yeah, but for everyone, I mean, this actually has promising. Usually for every new guy, there's a guy that fell off, but I mean,
listen,
there's only a few teams that probably don't have running backs.
The reason I hate that RB0 strat is because for every guy that goes RB0, there's a Shane that goes 3 RBs.
Yeah,
and then, and then you're stuck there. And Jacob got lucky where he was in a mock draft that Swift fell to 4th round. But how about the mock draft where Mike Davis is your best option at 4th round?
Well, that's the thing. It was like half people like me and half computers. So it's not a realistic mock draft, but it gives you an idea.
Pick is in, boys. I think Devontae Smith is the guy.
That makes sense. I don't think they would have thought he would have fell here. So,
huh?
Wow.
What did you say, Jacob?
Well,
you guys get the pick yet?
I don't think
I haven't gotten it yet.
He's one of the best corners.
The best corner.
Yeah.
They picked Surtain.
No, Horn.
No, JC Horn.
Actually, I guess you're right. Surtain, actually, I heard was.
So there's like 2 or 3 like dominant quarterbacks or cornerbacks in this draft.
Yeah.
But I think it's Horn who had the injury concerns. But if he didn't have injury concerns, he'd be like the top tier.
Not too many fantasy implications on these, huh?
Nothing on defense.
Well, I mean, depends on who he's facing. More
time on offense with turnovers.
I mean, we can go deep. We can be like their division, he gets to face these guys 6 times a year now, and
Yeah,
Yeah,
seriously?
Michael Thomas.
He's gonna shut down Keenan Allen, huh?
Are you gonna not draft Julio Jones? Oh my God, he's playing.
Yeah, bro, he has to
against Horn.
face JC Horn here. I'm out. I'm out on Ridley. I'm out on Jones. I'm out on Evans, Godwin.
Yeah.
This is the
Yes.
pick I'm most interested in. I
But
want to see
what-
some fireworks right here.
Fantasy wise, how it does affect is how it pushes other guys down to other teams.
Yep, I agree. And listen, since we have a little break with a defensive
Yeah.
player, I got a question for you guys. Tight ends. We can all agree, I think most of us right now, that Hawkinson, Pitts, Waller, Kittle, Kelsey, that's the top 5, right? No surprises there. Mark Andrews, Ertz, or who do you guys have as the top 5?
I'm big on Hawkinson, so I agree with that.
Yeah.
What
I
about
like
Dallas
Irv
Goedert?
Smith Jr. Irv Smith is pretty good.
Gio said, "What about
Let's build
Goddard?"
my water. Goddard is not fantasy relevant to me. Like, he is, but I can't 100% trust him until Ertz is gone.
I think Ertz will be gone.
Before the season starts?
Yeah,
Where? I feel like it would have been done by now, no?
dude. I think. Look, if you think about it, there are a lot of free agents out there still, and I'm not just talking about offensive players. I'm talking about defensive players too. And they wait till the draft because these teams are like, we're gonna see if we get a cornerback, and then if they don't get a cornerback, they bring in Richard Sherman. You know?
I agree with you, but in the sense of tight end, it was really
Yeah,
pick or
I
bust.
feel you, but I do think that it's to a point where, like, does Zach Ertz want to? I mean, I know they don't have to do it to make him happy, but it's just like send him off to somewhere where he can compete. Like, he doesn't need to be part of the rebuild. You have Goddard, you know.
Well, my thought was Patriots. Then they went out and signed 2 guys.
Yeah,
right?
well, we talked about that before. Yeah, so it wouldn't be the Patriots,
Then
but
it was the Colts, maybe. But the Colts have 3 guys: Doyle and Mo Alley Cox and Burton, right? Which I
Yeah.
guess they're still in play, right? None of those 3 guys are super established, other than maybe Doyle.
like I wish, I wish the Chargers, if they didn't sign Jared Cook and Ertz went there, like that would be insane. But
That'd
they
be
got
good.
Jared Cook.
I think for everybody involved, Ertz moving on would be the best situation. But who's in a position? Like, you have teams like Justin said, like the Vikings. Irv Smith Jr., they like him. He's young. You know, they're not in a position to go and spend $15 million or whatever Ertz's contract is. Plus, he needs an extension, and he still thinks he's worth Kelsey Kittle money. You know?
Yeah. So that would be crazy. But I think if the Eagles can get Devontae Smith, that'd be good for them.
Yeah.
We heard he might fall because of people are scared because he's too thin, you know?
Yeah.
And Justin, I know what you're saying. Waddle's shorter, but Waddle's thicker. I think Waddle's like over 200 pounds, and he's way shorter. So, and Smith is like 6'1", and he's, what do they say, 166 or something?
Tiny, yeah. He's super slim.
But like Gabe and I talked about, I don't really care. Like, let him out there.
You best believe that boy's going to put on
He's
weight.
here to play football.
There are guys that get paid hundreds of thousands of dollars to train these guys. A year ago, Devontae Smith was trying to pass a Spanish test while also trying to play college football. He's
Hey,
dedicated.
Joe,
his
what
life to
about
football now.
Gronk?
He'll be fine.
Gronk won't be top 5 tight end.
No, not fantasy relevance like that. Like, Gronk is probably in that 10 range.
And
He
OJ
looked good in
Howard's
the
coming back.
postseason.
Listen, they got too many weapons. Yeah, I agree. I love Gronk, but he's a postseason guy because they wait on him. They're not going to bruise him up during the season. He could be. If Brady wanted him to be top 5, he could be. That's how I feel, but they're not going to.
OJ
Also,
Howard.
Jacob, you mentioned your boy, Jalen Hurts in Philadelphia, and then you talked about Devontae Smith going there would be a good fit, right? Jalen Hurts played at Alabama. He didn't start ever, but he was on the team with Devontae Smith,
No, I
right?
know. A lot of people speculated Waddle to fall there, and then they would have Jalen Hurts, Jalen Rager, and Jalen Waddle, which would have been crazy.
Wow. Dude, think about that. Alabama in 2018 had Mac Jones, Jalen Hurts, Tua.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Then they had Damian Harris.
Well, they
who's
get
on
all the best players every year.
Yeah. Wait. That's not it. They had Damian Harris, who's now on the Patriots. They had Josh Jacobs, who's now on the Raiders. They had Najee Harris, who's the number 1 running back prospect this year. And then they had Henry Ruggs, Jerry Jeudy, Jalen Waddle, Devontae Smith, and Irv Smith Jr. It's literally, if you could put that team on a field today.
Well, that's why they knock Mac Jones, because they say he's already playing with an NFL team, like
So did
NFL level
Tua.
team, and they're just running over everybody, you know?
Yeah, but so did Tua, so did Hurts. And
Yeah, well, they say why? Look at all the superstar quarterbacks. Are any of them like they don't come? Most of them don't come from big name schools.
yeah, that's true.
Like Trey Lance.
Trey Lance, baby. I'm with
All right.
you.
Let's hear
Hey,
it.
Will,
Denver
I didn't really
Broncos.
get to talk about Trey Lance, but I'm happy. I'm very
Yeah.
happy. I'm excited. I love it.
Guys, Denver
Justin-
Broncos on the clock.
Justin Fields is my guess.
Music? Hello?
Oh yeah, it has to be Justin Fields.
But listen, if it's Justin Fields, what the hell happens to Aaron
Can you
Rodgers?
hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we can hear you, Gabe. Can you hear us?
Oh,
Well, maybe we could see it after. We don't see that a lot in the NFL, but after pick trade, you know, like how they do in the NBA a lot.
Yeah,
But
we
maybe
did
not.
for Kevin
Who knows?
Love, but that's
Usually
even
that
that's
doesn't
kind of
happen
rare.
because the team wants their player. They don't want who you drafted.
And if you're drafting for that team, usually the trade is agreed to because
But damn, so I think they get rid of Drew Lock if they draft because they just got Teddy Bridgewater.
yeah, forget Drew Lock. He's
Yeah,
backup.
Denver, Mac Jones, Justin Fields. Who?
Gabe, where you been at, dude? Are you listening to us?
Is the pick
I
already
say
in?
No, we're
No.
talking about it right now.
Justin Fields. All right,
I
I'm
know.
gonna
I'm
turn you
saying,
guys down.
W,
for
I'm
a
saying
second.
right here.
It's not Mac Jones. It's
Justin
Justin
Fields.
Fields, or it's traded to the Packers.
Ooh.
gonna go Mac.
Ooh. I want to wait for that.
Who went
There you
Mac? Gio,
I'm
you
gonna
went
go
Mac?
Mac.
Hey, they say
John-
Mac Jones is Drew Brees.
John
That's
Elway.
what I
John
hear.
Elway has been trying to nail the
I
quarterback
thought John
position.
Elway left, though. Didn't
No,
John Elway
Elway's
leave?
still there. I
This
got
is
the
a
pick
chance
in,
right here.
guys.
This is his chance.
They're about to flip it right now. Let me know when you guys get it.
They flipped it already? No, we didn't get it. Damn it, Joe. He's getting everything before us.
Who is it? Who is it? You guys
We don't know. We don't know yet.
Bro, I am so shocked right now. I am so shocked.
Patrick Surtain the second at cornerback.
Bro,
Oh,
what?
thanks, Justin.
Okay, so that means that Denver.
The
okay,
Denver, it's happening, boys.
I think
It's
Denver's
happening.
getting Aaron Rodgers. Okay, and what they said is that Aaron Rodgers can't be traded until June 1st, or else he carries like a $30-something million cap hit. But if he's
Wow.
traded
Wow.
after June 1st, then he has only a $14 million cap hit for the Packers. So I think the trade is done. I think the Packers said, we don't want this pick. We want future picks. You're going to give us, 10 first-round picks. I don't know.
No.
Something is not 10. I'm kidding. But 2 or 3.
They'll
I
get 3.
think this pick would have been involved, to be honest.
No, Jacob, I think so too. It could be. It still could be. It's one of those situations where
So what
they
you
already
think
have
they
Jordan
said
Love.
take Surtain
Maybe.
and
And let's make the trade on June 1st. The Broncos are going into the season with Teddy Bridgewater and Drew Lock? No way. With Justin Fields on the board? No way.
man.
Why do you think Teddy Bridgewater is so shitty? He's good.
No, it's not that
He's
it's
very-
The Panthers traded for Sam Darnold and then traded away Teddy Bridgewater.
Yeah,
That's
but
yeah.
remember who Sam Darnold was supposed to be, but he was stuck under that garbage
yeah,
team.
true.
No, listen, I don't think that Teddy Bridgewater's shit, but I think when Justin Fields was projected to go number 2 as early as a month ago, and now he drops to number 9. Sure, the epilepsy that it could scare off teams, but if you have a chance to get your franchise quarterback, you don't pass on that because Teddy Bridgewater.
Well, I mean, we'll see, but I don't know. Defense is important, man. Maybe this guy's a lockdown guy. I don't know.
I mean, we have to think that Denver's going to go defense too, right?
Oh yeah,
Defense
this
is
guy
first.
is legit. The guy they took is legit.
Are we in agreement that Denver goes
Wasn't
defense?
there another Surtain? Is this like someone's son or something? I remember.
Wait, Gabe, how far behind are you? They already took a corner. They already took Patrick Surtain.
I think Gabe's
No.
like 5 minutes behind us.
No, I'm talking about the Dallas. I'm thinking we're in agreement.
Oh, you
that
said
Dallas
Denver,
does defense too. Oh,
you
sorry.
said Denver.
Dude,
So
Dallas-
sorry.
Who does Dallas get, dude?
I think they go
They
defense.
they have
Their
to go
was
defense.
awful last year.
I hate Jerry Jones. He's gonna draft Devontae Smith,
Don't-
bro.
I swear to goodness, hey, I'm out. I'm out if they draft Devontae Smith.
I'd actually be down for that.
He's the
That
worst,
is
bro.
stupid.
He's the
Gio, what if the
worst.
Cowboys take Devontae Smith? Isn't that just a dumb move? They need defensive help. But
Bro, he's
look,
gonna take
the top
Najee
two corners-
Harris.
the top two corners are off the board, though.
Jerry Jones doesn't care about defense, bro. He signs
wanted
defensive
Kyle
players.
Maybe offensive line.
Wait, Matthew Berry's talking about the pick.
Go offensive line.
They're saying could that they didn't take Justin Fields maybe means that they're definitely not getting Aaron Rodgers because he's not a chip that they have to trade. I see it the opposite way. I see they already have Love. They don't need a quarterback. So I don't know, dude.
Yeah, but then what do they give?
They give like 3 future first round picks, a second, Jerry Jeudy. Who knows? They give a lot, but it doesn't have to be this year's first round pick. The money, the Packers are stingy, man. We know this. They don't spend money, right?
Well, and they don't have an owner either. It's weird,
It's a board of governors. Yeah,
That's why they're not aggressive. Like they don't go after free agents or anything
Never.
like that.
Yeah, do you know how that works? You could become a part owner of the Packers. You got to go and. I had a guy that we used to work with that was a part
Well,
owner
what, you get a vote on what? On the
Yeah.
decisions?
on everything. Yeah, it's like,
Even the draft picks?
and they sent him cool memorabilia and stuff. No, not on the draft picks. They hired the GM.
Well, the GM, yeah. So basically, the GM runs the team. Like it's not GMs are supposed to run the team, but a lot of times the owners have more say.
But he answers to a board of governors.
Oh,
still.
trade alert! What?
What?
Yeah, Cowboys were gonna trade back.
Oh,
I think
shoot.
New England.
Ooh,
Huh?
Eagles.
New England.
Eagles.
Eagles.
Whoa!
Philly.
Then Philly takes Devontae Smith here.
And Philly still
Star
has
Drew
number
here with the
12?
clutch.
Oh, who's the?
I think it's Devontae Smith.
Yeah,
Yeah, Devontae Smith.
I think they get a wide receiver here.
Yeah, Devontae Smith.
These people are saying quarterback. I don't think they know anything about football. But watch, they're going to
I
draft a
thought Drew
quarterback.
Brees
Yeah.
was-
Dallas
Looking
trades
for a
number
quarterback.
10 to Philly. I mean, there was reports that they were open to adding another quarterback.
I mean,
Maybe it
why?
wasn't bullshit because it's not like Hurts was a top 10 pick.
Hold up.
I-
So
I don't know why
the
you
Cowboys
trade Wentz.
traded
though.
out of the
Like,
first
this doesn't-
round.
Yeah, I think it's very likely. So what? Eagles are.
Oh, so
picking now?
wait.
I
When
think
there's
I
a
picked
trade, they
Devontae
get
Smith.
more time.
What do you
know.
mean?
No, they
Yeah.
still have 3 minutes.
Oh, so this has to be Devontae Smith, right?
I think
It's
so.
I
got to
would
be
say
Devontae
so.
Smith. It's got to be
The
Devontae.
TV is showing
And-
Philly has the number
and
10 and the number
Justin-
12 pick.
I don't think that hurts. That doesn't hurt Rager. Like if anything, that helps him. To be honest,
I mean, I'm not saying that. I'm saying if they draft a quarterback, I want them to draft a wide receiver. They need more offensive stuff.
Mhm.
Their offense is so lackluster. It's
Look,
sorry.
Wait,
Compared
weren't
to-
you telling me that Folger is like the next?
Thank you, Sergio. Thank
They already
Folger?
have their number
hey,
one.
dude, if they take
good.
Justin Fields, oh my goodness, that
No,
it's
they
gonna be
wouldn't
just,
do that.
dude.
They're not
People
telling you,
would
dude.
flip out because
Jalen
of,
Hurts.
Hurts then.
Jalen Hurts breaks away,
bro. You hear
scrambles, finds
dude,
things,
the Eagles?
Devontae
I'll be right
Smith.
back.
creates space. It's Devontae Smith, dude. The two
The
of them.
Eagles
Justin,
organization
hold
is a
that thought
mess.
on,
That- I wouldn't put it past
Jalen
them
Hurts.
to take Justin Fields.
Wait, Gio, what'd you say?
I said, Justin, hold that thought on Jalen Hurts. Okay, let's see what they do. Because if they go quarterback, oh man,
No, there's no way.
They're not. They're not.
Dude.
They're not.
I'm sorry.
They
if that
drafted him
happens,
last
Justin.
year.
If it does, I'm not tripping. Like I have Jordan
Hey, you have
Love.
the fourth pick. There you go, Justin Fields. I'll trade you the number one pick, bro, and you can get Justin Fields.
All right.
you guys. Man.
I'll move back to number 4. Oh man,
I need to find a better thing, man. He's getting all these. Okay, hold on.
Gio, what's the biggest surprise so far for you?
It's the fact that Justin Fields is going to
Yeah.
fall out of the top 10
Bro,
for me.
because I don't think the Eagles ever thought Justin Fields would fall this
No,
far.
both Justin Fields and Mac Jones. I could have swore I heard like
all these experts saying like people if
I
they
know, that's-
fall, people will trade up or teams will trade up. But
Maybe
And
they
see,
will.
everybody said the pick's Mac Jones for the Niners.
that's just smokescreen, man. Although I don't know about Kyle Pitts going to Atlanta. I feel like with these amount of quarterbacks that were left, it's like take one. Matt Ryan is 35. Just
Yeah, but
Well-
they're saying he's owed like $40 million next year. He's signed through
For
2023.
2 years, yeah.
So why draft someone when he's going to sit for 2 years? I mean, look at fucking Mahomes, man. Mahomes sat for a year and a half.
No, just 1 year. They traded
Yeah,
out.
sorry.
Well, I mean, Aaron Rodgers,
Rodgers
what,
sat for
2
2
years
years.
behind
Yeah,
Brett
there you go.
Favre?
2 or 3.
3
You're
years?
muted.
It's muted. I'm muted. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Pick is in. What is it going to be, boys? Everyone in agreement? Devontae Smith?
Probably an
See,
offensive.
they got
line.
running backs, they got tight ends.
Hey, whenever the picks
they
go
got
out,
receivers.
come up, I'm gonna turn you guys down. I've already been doing that, but just saying.
We can tell Jacob goes into like a really deep.
Well, I want to experience the draft and hear like Goodell announce the pick. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
like that
I'm
too.
down for it too.
I wish I could do that.
I've been trying to do it as well, but then I see Joe's face light up, and I'm like, looking
But
back and
I
forth.
don't know what he's lighting up about most of the time.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing
Well,
is.
it sucks. Honestly, it sucked to hear you guys say Trey Lance and me not hear it on there. And then I waited like 45 seconds for them to say it.
I mean,
but I'm
to be
only
honest,
like-
I didn't even hear Goodell say it. I heard Matthew
Yeah,
Berry
I
say
know.
it. and I got
I'm only
so
like
happy.
20 seconds behind now.
Hey, so since I'm a guest on your guys' channel for the draft, I expect all of you to be a guest on DC Fandom
Hell
in
yeah.
October.
Just once in our lifetime, right? I've already completed that. So
Wait,
good.
did you just say in October?
Yeah, why October?
DC Fandom.
Oh yeah. They're coming
Hey.
back for another year, right?
Gio, are we doing a podcast for Fast 9, bro, or what?
Hell
I'm on
yeah.
that one. I'm on in on that one for sure.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
All right, guys, I'm getting the pick right here. They're about to flip it. I won't
God
say
damn
it.
it.
The
No,
drama.
don't say it. All right, I'm taking my headphones off too.
Devontae Smith, boys. I think that was
Nice.
expected.
Hey,
Yeah.
who's the coach in Philly?
Chip
That's
Kelly?
not-
No, I'm just kidding.
It's not
It's
Peterson.
not Peterson, right? He's
No, I
gone.
think he got axed last year. It's Nick Sirianni?
Yep.
Sirianni?
Damn.
Oh, he was the offensive coordinator for the Colts last year, right?
You guys see the pick?
Yeah.
I
buddy.
saw it. Yeah,
It
Smith.
had to be. That's the only because they don't trade up like that to do that because the Giants were rumored to take a wide receiver too, so they wanted to get ahead of the Giants.
So dumb. Why would
I know. Well, everybody had Waddle or Smith going to the Giants.
I would
Everyone
just
had
let the
mock
Giants.
draft.
I would just let the Giants take a wide receiver and just be dumb.
And it's in their division too, you know.
Sure, I hope they do.
But
I
bro,
laugh at 'em.
the Eagles need this, man. I think this guy's going to be a superstar. I think Devontae Smith is going to be a superstar.
I'm telling you, man, him and Hurts running around, it's going to be fun. It's not always going to look pretty, but it's going to be fun.
Him and Rieger and Hurts and Miles Sanders. I mean, it's going to be exciting offense at the very least. I think they'll
Dude,
put up
you
points.
see, they're comparing him to Calvin Ridley. Everybody was saying Calvin Ridley was too small when he came out.
Calvin Ridley's a man, though. That fool's big boy.
But that was like 3 years ago, man. Everybody was saying he was too small when he came out during the draft time.
Mm-mm.
Hey, if he's Calvin Ridley, I'm all for it. But Calvin Ridley is a beast. That boy, Calvin Ridley. I'm looking. He came from Alabama, 6 foot 189. That's what I'm reading. That was a draft prospect. He was six
Hi,
foot and a half,
Alyssa.
189, and he was graded out as a year one quality starter. I mean, they can compare him to them because they both wore Alabama jerseys, but
No, I will be back on DC fan or not DC Fandom, but Fandom United Star Drew for sure. I'll
What do
be
you
a
mean
regular
back?
there.
You were never on Phantom United.
What are you talking about, bro? I did a reaction with you.
Yeah, but I'm talking about Phantom United Live.
Like the actual episode?
Sunday evening, 7:30. Plug.
Bro, you choose the worst time. I'm not on Sundays.
It's Sunday evening.
You chose what was Sunday? You chose the Oscars night, bro.
Are you going out clubbing? Are you going out
You know
clubbing
me on the
Sundays?
you know me and the Oscars, man.
Dang, Jacob's hitting the club on Sundays. Nightclub.
Look at this guy.
Hey,
Look at
you better
this guy.
change that when football comes back. You know you're changing that day and time when football comes back.
Ooh.
The Sunday night games usually poo.
No. Just Saturday night, man. Saturday night. We in the spot. Look at those pictures I just put in the chat, guys.
Tuesday night?
Look how small this guy's calves are.
So it's like the anti Saquon.
I feel like Demont, but I'm like, dog, this is Robbie Anderson 2.0. No, it's not bad. Listen, Robbie Anderson's been balling the last 2 years.
For a
Damn.
second, I literally thought you Googled like Devontae Smith calves. I was like, because all the pictures, you can't help but look at his legs, dude.
Dude, they're like little chicken wings.
Hey, if you would have told me Kevin Durant played football, I would have believed you, man.
Hey, Kevin Durant is a. But hey, who does this remind you of, right? Like, look at this picture. Look at the last one I just posted of Robbie Anderson. Like, very similar body frame, right?
Star Drew, are you a Cowboys fan?
I think he said he was Dolphins and
He
like.
said his
Cowboys
great
fan.
time.
No.
He's a Dolphins and Cowboys fan,
Nice.
and a DC fan.
I don't know, guys.
Another trade.
Another one?
What did Gabe say?
Well, the Bears traded up to get Justin Fields, boys.
Oh, hell yeah.
I mean,
You
they
think
need
so?
it. They need it.
Definitely.
Hey, you know they tweeted Andy Dalton QB1
Bro.
their Twitter account? Dude, this is perfect for the Bears.
Did I trade Andy Dalton in Dynasty?
Hey, but the Bears are high on Mac Jones though too. No, you still have Andy Dalton.
No, damn it.
You traded
Yeah.
Carson Wentz.
I should have traded him to you when I had the chance. You were so high on the Red
No, I
Rocket.
wasn't. What are you talking about?
Hey, Jacob, I know I showed you this, but I want to show Justin and Joe.
Yeah, I thought you were donating one.
I am. As soon as it comes in the mail.
Sheesh.
What is it?
Donating one, dude. That should be the trophy for one of the leagues, man. That's
He's donating it to
But
first round
the
fantasy.
reflection-
That's so dope, bro.
Hey, I'm gonna break that open and play with it. Do you mind?
What? Hey, is
No, I'm
it
just
signed by Snyder himself?
Yes, sir.
How many? Is that numbered? Like, is there only a certain
dude.
amount?
Justin Fields, Chicago Bear, but it
Yeah.
could be Mac Jones though.
Nah.
So apparently the Bears are higher Mac Jones though.
I heard that if Justin Fields was gonna fall, the Bears should trade up. Was what everybody said.
Dude, I'm telling you, I don't. That sucks, but I'm telling you, and I kind of thought this when I heard it. It's the epilepsy thing, man.
Yeah,
That's what it is, and that's unfortunate.
I
but-
told you guys before the draft that I saw a mock where he fell all the way to 32 to Tampa Bay,
and
they
he
said,
gets mentored by Tom Brady, and then the Bucks are still great after Tom Brady leaves.
possible. Wow, good on
Dude,
the Bears though. But
Dalton's
they
not going to
better
be a
hit.
starter now. That sucks.
What?
Or maybe he is. Maybe he's the starter, and the
Nah,
rookie's the backup.
nah.
Bro, there you go. What do you have the number 5 pick? Justin Fields. There you go.
Damn,
Who
you
has
guys are
number five?
hella ahead of
Justin?
me.
No, you
they
do.
haven't picked him yet.
Rookie
We're just
Superflex.
speculating.
No, we're
What?
speculating. Yeah.
Do I have number 5? I have number 2 and 5.
Yeah.
I thought I have 2, 6, and 8.
No, 2, 5,
5
and
and
8.
8. Oh hell yeah. No, bro.
5 was
Two-
your original pick.
It depends where you go, right?
I'm trading out.
No, wait. I don't have 5. Do I?
Yeah, that was your original pick.
How did I get 4? Who did I get 4 from?
Demont.
Ah, yeah, that's right.
You trade
Oh,
swindled him, and then you trade swindled Justin.
Justin got a better deal than me. I'll trade back right now.
How did he trade swindle me? I don't get it. I'm in no
There
dire
we go.
need. I need more.
Yeah, Justin.
No, you're
got-
right, Justin.
If it wasn't Justin, I wouldn't have done the trade. Put it that
wow.
way.
Collusion.
Let Gabe in.
Blood
Listen,
collusion.
He took a whatever team. It wasn't bad, but it was going through a rebuild. I figured I'd help him as the winner.
All right, here we go. Mac Jones.
To
I'm
that
saying,
That's my
Bears?
guess. That's my
Justin
guess.
Fields. I'm saying Justin Fields.
Justin Fields, bro. I don't know. Who do I know? It's Andy Dalton of the future, baby.
Imagine if they traded up to get like a quarterback or something.
Why not?
We really believe in Andy Dalton. No, dude. The GM and the head coach are both on the way out if this pick doesn't hit this year. It's Justin Fields.
Oh,
But Jacob could be right. Maybe Mac Jones. We'll see. But it's a quarterback.
hold on, I'm listening.
Hey, the last time the Chicago Bears traded up for a quarterback, do you guys know who they took?
Yeah.
Mitchell Trubisky.
He's freaking good.
He's so good. Where did he go? He took a backup gig where?
Here we go.
Pittsburgh?
No.
Buffalo, right?
Buffalo.
There he is. There he is.
Justin Fields, boys.
Yeet. That's a good pick.
Dude,
Yeah, see what I told you?
fantasy-wise?
See what I told you? Mac Jones is just
Oh,
it goes
he's
down all the way down.
Hey,
Fantasy-wise, Justin
He's-
Fields, number
he's
one
coming-
of the rookies.
he's coming into the league with a vengeance. He's gonna get some payback. Everyone who
Mac
passed up
Jones
on
just
him.
the same, man.
Wow.
Dude, Justin Fields, number one rookie for quarterbacks this year.
100%. But
Allen
I still
Robinson,
think, I
bro.
still think
Allen
Dalton-
Robinson.
Allen Robinson.
Look, I don't think
Montgomery.
he starts though. I don't think he starts.
Darnell Mooney, yeah.
Dude, there's no way Andy Dalton is starting.
Ah,
Wasn't his
I don't know.
contract? Listen, I'll tell you why
it's
he's
a
not
1-year
starting.
contract, right?
I'll tell you why he's not
1
starting.
year, 10 million. Yeah.
The GM and the coach are both on 1-year deals. They had to hit this pick. They're not going to let him sit on the bench and rot while Andy Dalton takes them to another 7-win season and they get fired. You
Yeah,
live and
dude.
die with
But
this
that
pick.
that should be
Chicago.
the argument for the other way, though, too.
No, you live and die with it. You sell the fan base, hey, we traded up for a quarterback, and this is our future. Just give it a
That's
year or
crazy,
two.
bro. So we were talking about Justin Fields, like the Jets should have taken him, and now he falls to 12 with the Bears. Good for the Bears. The Bears fans are
Good
just
for them.
yeah, good for them because they're always suffering. Like Bears fans, they always talk about like they hate their team. Like they're always talking crap about it,
Dude,
and
that's
how
because
they
they
don't
live in
like watching them.
Chicago, man.
Chicago and New York.
What are you talking about?
Justin's like anybody that lives in the northern middle America hates their life. Detroit, Chicago, Minnesota.
Hey, question, guys. Question. Which rookie QB's jersey is going to sell the most? Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields, Trey Lance, or wherever
Lance.
Mac Jones ends up?
Lawrence.
Trey Lance, because people in California have more money.
Yeah. He's a Niner, guys. Niners are the most
True.
popular team.
Hey, I'm getting a jersey.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, I think Dallas actually has the most.
Wait, no. I'm talking about the quarterbacks. You're telling me that
Those teams that got a quarterback.
you're telling me the Jacksonville Jaguars have more fans than the
Oh,
Niners?
I see what you're saying. Chicago though, Chicago's got.
Hey,
Chicago's up
hey,
there.
Joe. They
Yeah.
might have more fans after this year. All the bandwagons.
Maybe. Look, yeah,
You're gonna see
between
Jaguar
Fields and
fans
Lance.
come out. Woodward.
Wow, this is crazy, man. It kind of
Hey.
changes my whole perspective on things, like looking at rookies going into next year.
So here's what I'm worried about, guys. Okay, Jimmy Garoppolo. My whole thing was, if we don't trade him now, we need to get value out of him next year, right? And this is a little off topic while we wait. Now it looks like Beer Gut Mac Jones is going to be playing for the New England Patriots. That's my guess, right?
Yeah.
So who's left? Who's in the market for Garoppolo? The Broncos, if they don't get Aaron Rodgers?
Joe,
Maybe
you don't
nobody.
think, you don't think Minnesota's going to take Mac Jones with Kirk Cousins having what? How many years left?
No, Kirk Cousins, I think, is safe.
You think so?
He did enough last year. It was their defense that sucked. Ask Justin.
Well, the thing is, like, Kirk Cousins has enough years left to so where they can compete. They're a good team. They just need to
It's going to be a
add a few
defensive
more
pick.
pieces.
Yeah. Cowboys are in?
Cowboys
Two more
still go
picks,
defensive.
Justin.
I have no idea. This is probably a defensive player, right?
It has to be a defensive player.
Their defense, yeah.
Didn't they lose a lot of their offensive linemen, though? Could it
They
be
lost
like-
Travis Frederick, and who was the other guy? Tyron Smith was injured like most of the year last year. They still got Zach Martin. I don't know who their right tackle's Lael Collins. I don't know who their left guard is though. But how do I know this? Madden Ultimate Team.
There's still I forget his name, but there's still another offensive lineman on the board.
Slater.
Yeah, Slater. That's what it is.
What is he, a guard?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
I think Slater's the pick.
Man, that's crazy, dude.
You think Slater over a defensive player?
Yeah, because they went from the best offensive line in the league to crappy, and they were succeeding with a great offensive line. So I think it makes sense, but they do need defense, though. I mean, more than most teams. But a lot of people speculated, like at 10, that they were going to get Surtain or Horn. That was a lot of people had Surtain or Horn going to Dallas at number 10, and that they went before.
True.
But they can still take the best defensive player available.
Is it me or does this guy Slater kind of look Samoan as well? American Samoan. I don't know if he is, but he looks like another Hawaiian guy, Gio.
Would you say a Hawaiian guy?
Wow. He's got that Islander look.
How American of you, a Hawaiian guy.
Hawaii is America, bro.
I mean, you're not wrong there. It's definitely more Americanized. But I gotta go, guys. It was fun. Thanks for having me. I'm gonna jump in the chat though, and I'll be giving my commentary whenever I'm watching the draft. Jacob, thanks again for having me, bud. Joseph, Justin, Gabe, you guys are awesome. Big fan of what you guys are doing. So keep up the good work, and I'll catch you guys later.
Hey, stop by soon,
Gio.
Gio.
Miss you, Gio. We'll see you
All right,
later,
guys.
bud.
Peace.
Man, what a guy.
This is what Adam Schefter had to say. Bears take Justin Fields. Andy Dalton chose Chicago. Chicago chose Justin Fields. Dalton stays, and Bears also have Nick Foles, who also has $9 million in guarantees for the season. It's a lot of money to be paying three guys when only one of them is going to be starting.
You think Justin Fields started week 1?
Yeah.
Picks in.
Oh,
Listen, if you start Andy Dalton and he does good, then where are you left? What do you do?
you
Who
play
said
him
that
to
a rookie
starts?
quarterback has to start off the bat? What's the big deal?
Because the
I mean,
GM
Herbert was picked number 6. Tyrod Taylor he was supposed to play multiple games. He only ended up playing 1.
But it's different. The Chargers were year 1 of a new quarterback. It wasn't Phillip Rivers there. You know what I mean? It was year 1, new regime, new coach, new GM. This is year 4 for
best defensive player available.
Yeah.
Sorry, Demont. Demont texted me and said Raiders taking Micah Parsons. I'm like, it's not gonna last until the Raiders pick.
Where there's a hope, there's a dream.
Damn, this dude's quick.
Where's Damon at? Let's get him on for the podcast for a couple.
I told him to come on,
He's
but he's
doing
showing
solo
his
baby
dad.
duty right now.
He's on baby duty.
Yeah.
Well, just give him a little rub of whiskey.
Hey, our first podcast with Demont, he's holding the baby the whole time.
Yeah.
Gabe, remember that?
And he was like crying too. He's like sitting there with the baby on it, rocking him.
That was hilarious.
Dude, that's a true dad moment, man.
So apparently the Cowboys, if they would have stayed at 10, they were going to take Parsons anyways. So they basically picked up that 3rd round pick for the Eagles for free.
Did you see Shaw's text?
Yeah, I saw it. I don't think that's gonna
The
happen.
Raiders
But
took Mac Jones.
it jumped into my head.
Why not? That would be good for them.
Nah, Derek Carr's too good.
Hey, do you think there's no way the Patriots pass on Mac Jones? Like, no way?
I can't imagine.
Well, Shaw was smack talking the Niners about, oh, you guys are going to take Mac Jones. And
Well, how can you blame him, though? Everybody was saying it. All the big reporters, everything. It's crazy.
smoke screen, baby.
No, I know, but it's just
Smokescreen, baby.
It's like
Shannon.
honestly, I lose respect for the reporters reporting it. To be honest, unless it's the team telling them for sure that this is it. You know, like
it had Mac Jones vibes. Everything coming out of Kyle Shanahan's mouth was Mac Jones vibes, right?
yeah.
Did you watch the press conference from the other day, Jacob?
I watched pieces of it, but
I watched the whole thing. He's sitting there saying,
I actually do think they were like they were serious about him
yeah, well, that's what
until they saw Trey Lance. They just saw him like recently.
Yeah, so Shannon Sharp was saying this morning, and a lot of people have said this, Schefter, a lot of people, but they said they traded up with Mac Jones in mind. But they said we have a month to evaluate these guys, and they fell in love with Trey Lance. And nothing wrong with that. I fell in love with Trey Lance too. Dude looks like Patrick Mahomes. He's 6'4", he's 225. He ran for 1,000 yards.
Yeah, dude. Once I was looking up his stats and I was like, damn. But he didn't. Apparently, he didn't make a lot of throws or something like that. But whatever.
He didn't throw an interception the entire first year.
Like, what better situation can a rookie quarterback go into? You know, it's crazy.
So the knock that I heard on him was he only had like 2 games. First of all, the guy only played 18 games, right? But they said that he only threw, and 2 of them he was a backup. So he started 16 games, and they said of those 16 games, only twice did he have more than 5 passes 10 yards down the field. Are you following me?
Oh, wow.
And they were saying, oh, Kyle Shanahan wants a big arm. That's what he's going for. Well, that's bullshit, guys. If you know anything about the Niners, what do? A lot of screen passes,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of 5-7 yard passes where the wide receiver makes the moves.
And dude, you need a guy who can run outside the pocket.
Yep.
Nowadays, you know.
I mean, I don't say you need him because Tom Brady's 45 and just won a Super Bowl, but
I see what you're saying, but it's just the way the league is headed in. Like, it just is.
I think the league is headed to where if you're a good quarterback, it doesn't matter.
No, true. No, that's a great point because it used to be where you had to be over 6'2", 6'3" to even be considered, and now it's like you have Russell Wilson, Drew Brees. So I agree with you on that, but I think, you know, whereas, you know, 5 years ago there was maybe 2 guys who were like dynamic rushers. In 10 years, it'll be 15 of the quarterbacks in the league are dynamic rushers, and the other half maybe aren't. You know, that's a huge change.
Well, Jacob, what was it, 8-10 years ago when we had the draft with there was Kaepernick, Robert Griffin III, Cam
That was our
Newton,
first time
Russ
playing
Wilson,
fantasy football. Yeah.
right? And all those guys were the big names, and they were all rushing quarterbacks. And only arguably one of those guys really, really, really panned out. Cam Newton panned out, I guess. Kaepernick kind of panned out. Robert Griffin III, complete flop. And Russell Wilson obviously went on to win Super Bowls, or a Super Bowl. But
I mean, we didn't really know what we were doing back then. But Matt Ryan went high in that draft too. It's just, you know, it was, there weren't a lot of guys. Now it's like, because you get the Lamar Jacksons, the Patrick Mahomes, the Deshaun Watsons, even the Josh Allens, and even like it started to shift that way. Like even Aaron Rodgers could run out of the pocket a little bit. You know, it's But I went and looked at the last 10 years of quarterbacks to win Super Bowls. Only 3 of them were runners. And really, Patrick Mahomes is one of those 3, and Patrick Mahomes ain't a runner. If you look deeper, how were their offensive lines? Probably most of those teams had great offensive lines, I'm assuming.
To be fair, like 3 of those Super Bowls were Tom Brady. So, and one of them was Peyton Manning, and one of them was Drew Brees. Yeah. But
I mean, if anything from 2000 on, if you talk about Super Bowls, it's kind of weird because like you can't really take a sample from it because most of it was Brady.
You can go back the 20 years before that, and it's still, you could say that because it was like Aikman and Montana, and, you know. But yeah, I hear you.
But I mean, I'm still like, you know, I love fantasy football. I've been playing it for a long time, but I'm still learning football as a viewer, and like I'm realizing it's a lot. Even defensive lines too. Offensive line and defensive lines are arguably like it's all about the quarterback, right? But teams win with the lines.
Well, I mean, look at like guys like the Baltimore Ravens who have won with Joe Flacco. You know, it's not necessary. If you could run the football and you can play both lines well, you can win. You know, if your defense is amazing, your offensive line's good, and you can run the football, you can win. But the point is, if you get a transcendent quarterback, a Patrick Mahomes, a Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, it doesn't matter, I don't think, if they can run. If you're transcendent, if you're generational, it doesn't matter. But if you're not generational, which only a handful of these guys are, then it helps to be able to run, right?
Yeah.
If you put Deshaun Watson, or I don't count Lamar Jackson because I don't think he's that great at throwing the football. But a guy like Watson, a guy like Joe Burrow or Herbert, they can all run too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so if you have a guy like that, it opens up the field as well. And I think we'll see guys like Herbert and Josh Allen and Burrow, guys that are not necessarily run first like Lamar Jackson, but they can do it.
Yeah.
So Minnesota actually has the 14th pick, it looks like.
Yeah.
And what do we think? That's a defensive player, huh?
Should be. I could also see offensive line.
Mac Jones.
Honestly, I don't care. But,
No.
No,
Can
it's
you
not.
imagine?
Well, he wouldn't start anytime soon if they did that.
It's not Kirk Cousins is old.
yeah, but
He's 32.
garbage.
He's older than I thought he was.
You know, he was drafted in the same draft as RG3 and Kaepernick.
In like the 4th round or something.
Yeah. The Redskins at the time took 2 quarterbacks. And I read the story about that. Apparently the Shanahans, they wanted Kirk Cousins, but the owner was sold on Robert Griffin III.
And they were able to get him either anyway.
Yeah.
But they
made
would
him-
have taken him with number 2, Kirk Cousins.
No, but they didn't want Robert Griffin III.
That makes sense. Yeah.
But the owner made them take Robert Griffin III. And we all know how that panned out.
Yeah. And it's crazy. It's not like he was a bust right away. He won Rookie of the Year
Yeah.
over Andrew Luck and then just
Tank. I mean, because back then it was that's what I'm saying. Everybody said back then you got to have a mobile quarterback. But then we quickly saw that defensive teams learned what you were going to do and then game planned around that. So I think it's more than just being mobile. You have to be good.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Like Lamar Jackson, I don't see Lamar Jackson.
Well, that's the
in
thing
Super
because
Bowl.
look, we watched didn't the Chiefs and Ravens played in the playoffs, right? So
Yeah.
the Chiefs get up by 30. What you can't do anything. Like
Yeah.
you can't come back with Lamar Jackson. And it doesn't matter how good your defense is, you're gonna be playing the Chiefs in the playoffs.
Yeah. So as far as offensive players, so we're a fantasy show, right?
Rashawn Slater.
Who's the next fantasy impact worthy player? Mac Jones, Najee Harris?
All the running
Out of
backs.
who?
So we might not get another one today, right? Other than maybe Najee and maybe Mac Jones. No other offensive players are expected to go in the first. No other fantasy relevant players are expected to go in the first round.
So I mean, who knows? We don't know. I mean, a lot of people, I've like looked at a bunch of different outlets and like some of them have all 3 of those top 3 running backs going in the first round. Some of them
Really?
have some of these wide receivers going in the back end of the first because the Ravens need a wide receiver. And if they don't trade for Julio, they're probably going to draft one with one of those picks.
And I heard that Atlanta won't trade Julio until
And what do
June
you
1st,
think
no matter
the
what.
Packers are going to do? Like Clyde Edwards-Helaire went at the very last pick of the draft last year. People didn't really expect that.
AJ Dillon in the end of the second round, nobody expected that.
But today is only the first round.
No, I know, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
People surprised.
Did Gabe say anything that he was bouncing out or what?
Slater to the Chargers. I like that, right?
Oh
As
yeah,
far as-
I mean, and they got they signed the Packers center who was the best center in the league last year.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, the Packers didn't
That's
resign
why
him.
Rodgers is pissed off.
I think it's Lindsley or something like that.
Yeah.
So now they got him, and then they got Slater.
So tell me, where's Herbert rank in your guys' quarterback picture?
Top of the top.
Like 12,
No.
That's
12?
low, dude.
12
That's
range.
low.
Yeah.
Are you just saying that because I have him in Dynasty, Jacob?
No, what do you mean? Hey, but real talk. No, Herbert. I mean,
No, redraft today. Redraft. I'm not talking
redraft.
Dynasty.
I mean, the most I can say is top 10 because who knows?
Why?
And I think like
Rattle
I
off
think
who you
even
got higher than
myself
him.
forget because I throw around this guy could be top 12, this guy could be top 12. I forget how many guys there are sometimes because
Yeah.
so I think top 10 is very like the best I can say. Like
You
getting in
rather
that
have
top 5 is
Herbert or-
very difficult.
So we all agree Patrick Mahomes number 1 if you had to do a redraft, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, number 2, I have Josh Allen. I don't know about you guys.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, number 3.
Are we talking what are you talking about? Redraft?
Yeah, redraft.
Okay.
Number 3, I think I go Aaron Rodgers. I mean, if he's on the Packers, we'll see.
Redraft,
Right?
yeah.
You
Okay.
don't like Kyler Murray?
I say Kyler's number 4. And I would say Lamar Jackson's probably number 5.
That's too high for someone with no weapons still, but he does run. He's
That's
not gonna
why.
get it.
He's gonna be better than last year.
Yeah.
No.
I think so.
He's
And
shit.
So
And
that's what I'm
then-
saying, bro. To get into that top 5 is so hard. So
top 5 is hard, but then what do you have after that? Right? Maybe Russell Wilson's up there.
oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Matt Ryan.
Okay, maybe Matt Ryan's up there. Yep, I agree. Justin Herbert has to be in this conversation.
Yeah.
No?
That's why I say top 10, like 5 to 10 range.
Are you taking Justin Herbert or are you taking Tom Brady redraft?
Herbert, I think Herbert's gonna be overdrafted in redraft.
So you take Tom Brady over Herbert in
No,
redraft?
no. I still take Herbert over
Yeah.
Brady for sure, but I'm saying I think Herbert will get drafted top 5, but he's not gonna be top 5.
Yeah, but who's he going ahead of? Is he going ahead of Aaron Rodgers? Maybe. But
Bro, think about this. Like
Aaron Rodgers
you know,
is in a sticky situation right now.
you never
so
know exactly what your league mates are thinking, but it's like somebody like Gio, right? He's like, "Oh, I'm taking Herbert." You know, it's like even though maybe Lamar Jackson, I could see people taking Herbert over Lamar Jackson going into next
And you
year.
forgot that
But
Deshaun
I-
Watson might not play the whole league.
yeah,
Who?
Deshaun
Deshaun
Watson's
Watson.
out.
Oh well, yeah. That's we didn't even mention him.
Yeah.
If Deshaun
Oh,
Watson
we
was
traded
still
our
the same,
pick to the
nothing
Jets.
wrong, I would put him in the top 5.
We traded
No.
down.
If Deshaun Watson was playing this year with
Is this
no
a running
Hopkins,
back at
no
14?
Fuller, who traded up?
The Jets traded up.
I don't think so. I
Oh,
think it's
they-
offensive lineman maybe.
They
or
traded up to the.
What did
The
I didn't even
Vikings pick?
see what was announced that we got in return.
Here, I'll check Twitter real quick.
Yeah,
since
I
know you
didn't
don't
even
go on Twitter.
Transition well.
Let's go to Adam Schefter's Twitter. I'll tell you right now. We got distracted. Jets traded up to number 14. Doesn't say who they got. Let's go check Ian Rappaport. The Vikings are talking trade of number 14. I mean, I assume that you got their second and their first, right? That makes the most sense.
We need the help.
Yeah, it makes sense for Minnesota. I think you guys need multiple defenders.
Hey, I didn't know Gabe was going to dip on us, but I'm going to use Rushing real quick.
Yeah. I mean, I'd take Herbert over Lamar Jackson next year.
I don't think I'd ever draft Lamar with the wanting of playing him. I'd try to trade him because he still has value to people that don't know a lot.
No, he's going to be fantasy relevant while he's a starter. He just runs too much. At worst, he's top 10.
Yeah. Who is this talking right now?
I don't know. He looks like. I don't even know who any of these people are, but I don't watch this show.
Me neither.
It looks like Trevor Scales. I don't know who that is. Yeah, I don't know who this guy is.
What if they draft a running back right here? Is that too crazy? If they gave up their first and second, they won't have a second end to cap a running back.
Yeah, they could have given up like first plus next year's second. Yeah.
I wouldn't mind drafting your running back and moving up just to solidify your 1-2 punch.
No, not a running back though.
They're never drafted high.
Not this. Like, if there's a clear-cut number one running back, like a Zeke or Saquon or CMC or something like that, then I understand it. But when you have these guys that are like decent but not like superior, I don't think you can justify. Like, Najee was the lowest I saw Najee projected was to the Steelers, or the highest, I should say.
So you don't? Are you saying you don't think a running back's going to go in the first round at all?
No, not that. I just don't think the Jets trade up to get a running back after.
Oh no, not at all. Yeah. No, because you're going to get one of those guys. So
But Justin's speculation is we don't know what the trade is. If the trade is their end of the first plus their second, then they don't have a second to take Edney. So maybe they knew something that we didn't know.
Well, maybe they were like, we have to leave this draft with ETN or with Harris, whatever, you know?
Yeah.
But what is this? 14? No, there's no.
It's too high.
It's the thing is, if we were in the 20s, okay.
Yeah.
But they had 22, right? So,
like, you could have traded. I don't know. You could have probably went to like the Colts at 21 and got that pick. You know, if you felt like. And they had 23, and Najee was projected to go to the Steelers at 24. So I don't see it.
We'll see. I think we'll see one or two running backs go in the first round. One or two.
But to who? Like, if this pick isn't a running back, the Bucks aren't taking one. I guess a team could trade up also.
That's what I'm saying.
And the Bills could take one. Yeah. Talking about New York right now. New York's going to be riding high. I think this is Salah's defender.
Damn, so they get Wilson and they had the number 2 pick and the number 14 pick now.
Yeah. And I think it's a defender. What happened?
You didn't see the pick?
No.
It's Elijah Vera Tucker.
Yep. That's not bad. I mean, right? You grab your offensive lineman to protect your quarterback.
Well, bro, we got to remember who's there now is Salah.
Yeah.
So it's like.
I mean, I kind of thought that it was going to be a defensive player because of that. But
I'm just saying, like, I think they're going to be making smart decisions. Like, I know the GM's in charge, but obviously you're heavily influenced by your head coach, you know?
Yeah.
They're working together to make these picks.
So, does Mac Jones go to the Patriots right here?
I don't know. I mean, I would think so. Yeah, I mean, it would make sense.
Number 15 for Jimmy G right now. Come on. Listen, if they don't. No, because I don't think the Niners are trading Jimmy G under any circumstance now, right?
What just happened? How do they have more time in the same pick?
What happened? Okay.
Oh, they must be.
There was an error.
Incorrect. Yeah, but
Mac Jones to the Jets. Can you imagine if they just doubled down Mac Jones and Zach Wilson? Like,
Jesus,
one of these guys is going to be good, right?
Offensive lineman. Oh, so they're trying to protect their guy. They're trying to protect Zach Wilson. Wait, what?
What?
Oh my goodness!
What happened?
It's that they had like a The label that said Mac Jones to the Jets. Like
That's
what?
I'm
I just
saying,
saw that.
Yeah.
Who they select?
So they
That's
must
fun.
have accidentally announced the Patriots pick.
It's
something.
early. Oh no, pick is in. Yeah, I think so. I think it's Mac Jones to the Patriots.
That's look, nobody is Tom Brady, but I'm just saying a lot of people, like some people were like, "Oh, he reminds me of Tom Brady about Mac Jones." So there you go, New England.
Okay, so here's the thing. I mean, assuming that the pick's Mac Jones, I haven't seen it yet. Okay, so if it is Mac Jones, the Niners are going to be judged against the Patriots for the next 10 years, right?
Mhm.
Or at least the next 5, right? They're going to say the Niners were supposed to take Mac Jones, and now look, and if Mac Jones is the next Brady, which I'm not even going to say Brady, if he's the next Breeze, right? That's I don't
Dude.
know, man. It's gonna be rough, guys.
Hey, what do you guys think about closing out after this pick? Just because what are we gonna do?
Done at 15, yeah.
Like there
Mac
might
Jones.
be like 3 offensive players taken for the rest of the draft, and
Yeah.
we're not really gonna know, and Gabe's gone, if there's like 5 of us here, we can BS a lot, but
Yeah, I'm gonna go eat and stuff anyways. I'm Mac Jones to the Patriots, guys. So
Nice.
fantasy wise, he's starting day 1, right?
I don't think so.
You think
No,
him-
he'll basically start after 3 weeks when Cam is just absolutely trash.
I think he's gonna start week 1. I think
Wow.
there's gonna be
Bro, what does that mean? Does Cam sit out? Did they cut Cam? Because you heard Cam, I'm better than all 32
cut him.
guys in this league or whatever, he said his ego won't allow him to take a backup job.
cut him. Sorry, goodbye. They drafted Stidham, which is apparently Belichick's guy. So
Yeah.
he's
This is a
fun.
good. I mean, let's wrap up like talking about this and then any of the picks made so far. But this is crazy. He's happy too.
Oh, dude, Mac. Okay, so what does this say about the Niners of the rumors of Mac Jones? I think it was BS, dude, because look, Mac Jones fell to 15. People know what's going on. They could have taken him at 12. I think they wanted I think they traded up with Justin Fields in mind, heard about the epilepsy,
Mhm.
got scared, shifted to Mac Jones, and then ended up falling in love with
Yeah,
Trey
I
Lance.
believe. Yeah, that makes sense. And like, I think like the last 2 weeks they really didn't know yet.
Yeah.
I actually believe that they
Yeah.
weren't sure yet.
Yeah. Hey,
No, that's
so far this draft has panned out very well, right? I think the only one that I'm a little suspect about that I don't love is Jamar Chase Jamar Chase and Waddle for year 1. For year 2 and beyond, I love those. For year 1, they just crowded those wide receiver cores a lot.
true because Boyd's gonna move on, so it's gonna be Chase and Higgins, and oh my goodness,
Yeah.
that's insane.
But the quarterbacks all went to perfect spots, right?
Yeah.
Lance to the Niners. Fields goes to a team that can start him right away. Mac Jones to a team that can start him right away.
Okay,
Devon-
so I want to ask you guys because, all right, let's say we're doing a rookie draft and you have the number 1 pick. I want to ask 2 questions. If it's a super flex league, who are you taking number 1? And let's say you don't have a dire need, like your team's pretty even, And then if it's a non-super flex, who are you taking number 1 out of these 15 picks? I'll go to you first, Joe.
Superflex, I think you have to go Trevor Lawrence and just hope that the generation.
Yeah, and this is your non-Niner bias here.
No, listen, I have pick 2. I'm not taking Trey Lance at pick 2.
Yeah, because he probably won't even start.
Maybe
away.
pick 8.
And
that I
you
have.
might need a quarterback too because Andy Dalton is probably not
Yeah.
starting. So
Listen, I'm debating taking Fields now because I love that, but maybe at 5 or 8.
well, Fields is good. So if you take Fields, either way, you have a starting quarterback no matter what.
Yeah.
And you
Yeah.
get the promise of Fields, and you
Yeah.
wanted Fields anyway. Like you were like, if you're not getting Lawrence, Fields was the guy you wanted originally.
Yeah.
Um,
Or listen, maybe Wilson at 2, and then I figure it out. But listen, if it's not a super flex, We have to wait to see where the running backs go. But
That's
I
a
think
fair
that,
point. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
But I think Najee Harris, if he ends up in Pittsburgh or if he ends up in the Jets, I don't know what the trade
Okay,
was.
so let's say these are your options, and you're on the clock in a rookie draft, non-super flex, and all these players are available. The top 15 picks. Who do you take?
One more time?
Like if it was a rookie draft, non-super flex, and you're on the clock, doesn't matter where, these players are all available. You might have the 4th pick or the 5th pick, but everybody who was drafted so far, like including Chase, Waddle, all the quarterbacks.
But
would
just
you
the
take?
players that are picked so far?
Yeah. Let's
Chase,
say
probably.
all the running backs are off the board, and this is your choice. These are your choices.
Chase or Pitts.
Yeah, that makes
Pitts,
sense.
I think, has more bust potential because we've seen tight ends bust, right? Whether it's injury, Evan Ingram, Eric Ebron.
I mean,
guys like that.
Dude, maybe it's naive, but I don't think of Pitts in that same vein. Like, I don't think of Pitts compared to those guys, honestly. I
know,
just
but
don't.
Evan Ingram is kind of a wide receiver too, dude.
I guess so, but like
Evan Ingram is also small. This
but
guy's
did we ever hear anybody talk about Evan Ingram like this? No, we've never seen this in our lifetime, you know, like or at least since we've been paying attention to fantasy football and football.
Yeah, I mean, I remember when I was a kid, Vernon Davis, and we took
a lot of people compare. Well, a lot of people compare Davis or Waller. Like, honestly, Waller might be the best comp, to be honest.
Yeah,
because Waller's like 6'6", also, isn't he, or 6'4"?
Yeah, but I mean, also, if I took if my decision is Michael Thomas or Waller, then that's a good point. If my decision is Michael Thomas or Waller, I'm taking Michael Thomas, and I'm not thinking twice, right? So, I guess then in that sense, yeah, I'm taking Jamar Chase.
Okay.
I didn't think about it like that way, but I'm hoping that Pitts is Kelsey level, you know. And if Pitts is Kelsey level, then I'm taking Kelsey over Michael Thomas. But
yeah. So Justin, same questions to you. If it's a super flex and you're on the clock and these 15 players are available, who are you taking?
Super flex. I gotta take Trevor Lawrence. It's just the destiny.
Yeah.
Without, I'm taking Jamar Chase. Just if that man played next to JJ and was better than him, I'm not gonna mess with that.
Ooh, Justin's in love with Jamar Chase now.
but Pitts is also something because fantasy, you know, everyone's looking for running backs. Everyone's looking for tight ends, and it's just nuts. So if you can lock up a tight end,
that's why, like,
look at Kelsey's being considered 1-1 because the tight end is so rare. You know what I mean? He justifies.
Kelsey's 1-1.
No, you know, some people are considering it, but to even talk about doing
but Kelsey, people are like, Kelsey's going in the first round now in redrafts. Like, I mean, he did anyway. I mean, that's the general consensus. Like, and I mean, basically in our main draft last year, the main league that we play in, he went number 11.
But that's because the person that picks him is also.
But that's not a crazy pick, though. The Mahomes pick was crazy.
Also, was the worst in the league, right?
Maybe, but he took Mahomes and Kelsey. But maybe the Kelsey pick, I don't blame him for taking the Kelsey pick.
Those weren't bad 1-2s. He just didn't draft right.
Yeah. I mean, listen. Kelsey is, I think, worth a first-round pick, but Kelsey is also Hall of Fame established, playing with the greatest quarterback.
Oh yeah, no, and we're talking about redraft. So I'm just saying, he's just saying for a non-super flex rookie draft, you got to consider Pitts if these are your choices. So we're not considering the running backs, obviously, in this conversation right now. But so I agree with you guys. It's got to be Trevor Lawrence in super flex, and it's got to be Jamar Chase so far. I mean.
Listen, if Pitts was drafted by a team like say the Bengals got him with Burrow or Herbert, right? And that's not even Mahomes, but I'm just saying a very, very, very good 23-year-old quarterback where it's like 10 years of – because that's what we got from Kelsey, right? We got Mahomes and Kelsey. Put Kelsey, you know, on the Niners and you're not as sure about him, right? Like Kittle, like the hype is not there anymore. Like, well, still Kittle's top 3, but the hype isn't what it used to. Like, Kelsey is head and shoulders above Kittle, right? He's like
and
it's to Tony Gonzalez.
That's what's crazy to me is, like, when you talk to people, they're like, oh, Kelsey's the best tight end in football. No, he's not. He's the best offensive tight end in football. He's the best fantasy tight end, but he's not the best tight end in football. I mean,
No, I would disagree.
I'm extremely
There's
not.
no GM in the league that wouldn't pick Kelsey as their number one tight end overall.
Nah,
Offense, everything included.
they would. It would be
Kelsey.
Kittle, bro. Kelsey doesn't block. Kittle is a blocking machine. He loves blocking.
You think other GMs would take Kittle over
This is
Kelsey to win?
As of last year, Kittle was ranked the number 7 player overall, which is
in the
insane
NFL.
for a tight end by GMs, and they had him. And
The only thing that might lean Kelsey's way is injuries.
yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Now, who knows? Because Kittle has had his share of dust ups, but also it's like they said kind of last year that like he could have played through the injury, but he didn't because why?
Well, no, he wanted to come back, and they
Yeah.
wouldn't let him. Jimmy didn't play through the injury. They wanted Jimmy to come back, and he didn't want to. Kittle wanted to come back earlier, and they wouldn't let him.
And then also Kittle's 27 and Kelsey's 31. So I think
Yeah.
like if you're
So I think-
taking a court,
yeah.
I think Kittle's the choice for tight end.
Well, if we're talking real NFL football, it's
Yeah.
Kittle because all of those reasons. But yeah, it's crazy, man. I mean, there's a bunch of stuff. This is gonna like Waddle going number 6.
Yeah. So biggest surprise, Jacob, for this draft so far?
Oh, it's got to be Justin Fields dropping, right?
Yeah.
I mean, because everything else was always already speculated, you know?
Yeah.
I got to go, yeah. Would you guys agree?
Yep, Justin Fields, hands down, no question
The
about it.
Bears? What? I mean, dude, Justin Fields might be the 101. That's crazy.
I mean, but do you trust the Bears offense
No.
with Nagy? If
No.
Nagy
I mean,
wasn't there,
it is
I would.
It's kind of dumb not to go Trevor Lawrence if you're going quarterback.
Yeah, but in another world where Robert Saleh was the coach of the Bears and they had Allen Robinson and they had Montgomery and they had Justin Fields, I might lean Justin Fields. But that's not the case. And the coach is Matt Nagy, and I don't trust Matt Nagy to do anything right. So, yeah. Well, all right, guys. Good podcast. 2.5 hours live, man. That was a big one.
Yeah, I mean, it's for the draft, but I think it's safe to say after that Mac Jones to the Patriots, it's safe to just close it out here. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Appreciate it. I don't know what happened to Gabe. I think his internet went out or something.
Yeah.
So thank you, Gabe, if you're watching. But yeah, you can see us. We'll definitely be covering this stuff next week. We will definitely be talking about all the implications, the rest of the first round, all the other rounds. So look out for us probably next Thursday. We'll be covering all this stuff. For Joseph, Justin, and Jacob, we'll see you guys next time. Thanks.